I like cheesecake, like regular cheesecake. You know, middle of the night, eat it. Sensational. What's going on? Toxicity season back, baby. Future dropped an album, boy. I'm happy. All right, listen. What's going on, everybody? We are back again. You already know what time it is, man. No Cooldown, episode 20. 20 episodes deep, 2-0. I'm feeling real good. We getting close to legal age, man. We can, say we can drink at podcast bars, accordingly and whatnot, without getting ID'd all crazy and whatnot. It's going good right now. It's going good. Episode 20, I feel good. Of course, I'm your host with the most, ThatManTripp, doing the thing. And we are always here, as always, with my podcast partner in crime, the Bodega Baron himself, WenEazy. Wenneth, how are you doing this week?
I'm good. How are you, my boy?
Man, it's been a long week. Work was a lot. But it's on my mind right now. I literally logged off after that hour-long medium nothingness with the swiftness. And I'm ready to just have a really nice, relaxing weekend, man. There's been a lot of news this week as well. So I'm just so ready to get into it. It was a lot of interesting stuff that popped up, man. How about you?
Yeah, it was an interesting week. There was a few surprises. Work has definitely been abundant. There's a lot going on in my household, but we still move. We move.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. Like my bathroom is getting the extreme makeover ABC channel joint. They got a big ass bus parked in front of my bathroom door and whatnot. It's going crazy. But nonetheless, we are doing our thing and we are going to make it happen. So we got a lot of topics to cover. So let's get to it, man. When you ready?
I'm perfect. I'm ready.
All right, man. Let's get right to it, man. Let's start with the warm up. Let's get a little bit loose real quick. So this is kind of like a minor story. I don't know. Kind of just happened. I don't know. There's something light this week. I don't know. I'm not even sure why we're covering it, but Elon Musk bought Twitter. What the hell? So in the span of like a couple of weeks, he went from a board member to an owner after dropping $44 billion to pick up the popular Bird app, seemingly ready to make changes to the platform. So, I mean, Elon Musk now owns Twitter. It's private. What's going on, bro?
I'll see what happens when it happens. I just don't really see. It's just weird because he doesn't really do. I mean, he uses social media, yeah, but like, just because you use it doesn't mean something. Like I eat burgers all the time. That doesn't mean I should go buy a restaurant. I know I like to eat burgers. We will see what this brings for Twitter. Maybe this is a good thing. A lot of people are saying it's going to be a bad thing. I am leaning more on what the second people said. I don't know. Like we'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm not a big tech company. I'm not a big tech guy. All I know is that I kind of like Twitter, and from my understanding, it was for like the reasons they bought Twitter was basically like, yo, I want to do it my way kind of thing. It wasn't necessarily for like a good reason.
There rarely is ever a good reason. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. It's just a reason. It is what it is. But I will tell you this: ever since that news dropped, it seems like the timeline's been jumping up. They've been ramping up with some crazy stuff. People been talking crazy out their neck. A bunch of stuff happened. People been singing random songs and then, going viral only to get dropped off the next day and delete their whole account for some stuff they tweeted in like 2011. Not even 2011, 2018. Not even that long ago. And the timeline's been up and down ever since, man. Like it's actually going crazy right now. And I will say there's a good chance this is gonna turn to the Wild Wild West again. Like real peak 2011 Yahoo News, Trump Navy type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's going in that different direction. But I don't know how to feel, bro. I don't know how to feel. Honestly, I'm like, I don't care. I'm still using Twitter like that. It's just me. Yeah. I don't know exactly what implementations he can possibly bring to make it, necessarily better. But if I had to suggest something, if I had to put some ideas forth, bring back fleets. Stop playing. Let's cut right to the chase here. One of the most solid, underrated features that was underappreciated until the day it was about to leave needs to come back on this platform. Let's keep it a buck, man. 100%. You can. I'll trade it for Spaces. You can take the communities tab back. I'm sorry for people that use communities. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, if we need to make it a fair trade, we'll make it a fair trade. Like, just bring back fleets. That's all I'm asking for. But that's just me. That's my personal opinion, dog. You know what I'm saying? But I know some people were like, oh yeah, I'm leaving Twitter, man. Elon Musk says that. You leaving Twitter?
I am not, because I'm a content creator. What I will do if it gets too toxic is I'll just start treating Twitter kind of just like a message board where I'll tweet out things that are important or that you should keep track of. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
when is going to be on whatever or my when I'm going live type thing, and just hold like conversations or like important things in my Discord, because that's really where it's gonna. A lot of my more
Mm.
personal stuff is gonna be more on Discord these days. That's what I feel like, and I feel like I've been moving towards the direction more even before Elon Musk decided to buy Twitter. It's just been more so like I realized that discourse on Twitter never ends positively, so it's like why even have
Yeah.
it? Just use it to post whatever you want to post your clips, and just keep it pushing.
Yeah, not wrong. You're not wrong. Like I know that's something I need to consider as well, making a Discord. But I want to make it right. I've always been like averse to it because I'm like, I don't think I'm ready for it yet personally. But I need to start making, I guess, that consideration as well. But I know for me, like I'm never not gonna stop using Twitter. Like Twitter, unless they do
Yeah,
something like crazy, like an egregious mistake from a
yeah,
Elon Musk standpoint or just a platform or general standpoint. I'm gonna be on Twitter. Like that's where I'm at. This is my app of choice out of the the usual array of other social media applications. So
yeah, yeah,
I'm not really moving honestly, but I'm curious to see what comes out of this honestly, because I mean Elon Musk is he's a very peculiar dude, and
yeah.
I don't know what he will push on any development teams going through all this stuff on Twitter right now, man. So maybe we'll get an edit button, maybe we'll get fleets back. Maybe what I'm saying. Maybe listen. People were saying like, he might let Trump back on this platform, and if that happens, all hell about to break loose. So I'm like, this
Yeah.
this could go either way, and that's a very uncomfortable situation. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see. For now,
We will see.
it is what it is. All right. Moving on to the next little warm up piece of news. Okay, listen. All right. At this point, we gotta make like a separate, like entire like segment in and of itself for all of these collaborations and whatnot, because Fortnite spun the block again, y'all. They had another collaboration. They added on more to it, man. This time they're sparring yet again with the Street Fighter series to bring Sakura and Blanca on the battle bus into Fortnite, man. So this new pack is coming with Blanca and Sakura skins, emotes, and drops alongside 2 tournaments that Fortnite is dropping on mobile and on consoles and PC, which is actually pretty fitting, what I'm saying, with the Street Fighter fighting, I guess, fighting theme and ethos right there. But general thoughts, bro. They done brought more Street Fighter people in. They about to have a whole roster of characters, but have a whole franchise in there at this point.
Yeah, I honestly can't wait to. I want to see if when they bring out Blanca and Sakura, if they're gonna bring out Ryu and Chun Li again, because I did miss the Ryu pickup, and
Mm.
I'd be more inclined to buy Ryu or even Ken, but
Mhm.
it's interesting because like when I saw it, I was just like, yeah, sure, why not? I like the Blanca in the suit.
Bro, the
I
Blanca in the
love
suit is
that.
crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. It's dope.
Yeah.
Like you can't even really be mad at it. I think it's a really
Yeah.
dope addition.
Facts. I agree. And again, like by proxy of usage, Sakura is actually probably my favorite Street Fighter character. I remember playing Street Fighter 4 with my brother, and like I'd pick her all the time just because I wanted to be different. And I was like, all right, listen, I can make it happen. I was getting my ass with most of the time because I don't play fighting games like that. But I got a couple wins off. I did get a couple wins off her, and from that point, she became one of my favorite characters, if not my favorite characters throughout the entire Street Fighter series. So I am all for this. And honestly, I might have to, what I'm saying, dip my hand in the purse. I might have to make it happen. I might have to, buy a little something, man. But again, Fortnite, bro, like you stop taking so much of a lead, bro. I just seen they dropped like a Call of Duty did the what's it called? The Godzilla joint. And
Yeah.
like I mean that looks all right. That looks cool, but I don't know. It's just something about Fortnite in and of itself bringing people into their world, and like it just looks good. It fits for for most of what they do. It fits the style. It fits the almost everything. And on top of that, like when you do the emotes and stuff, they carry over their music, the theme songs, like the Sakura's theme and Blanca's theme and stuff like that. Like the
Yeah.
specific music that they have is coming standard with their emotes. Like
Yeah.
you can't beat that. To have licensed, like if you were playing Street Fighter, you put their music and all that other stuff in there.
It's
That's
cool.
unbeatable,
It's just
man.
too cool.
Fortnite doing laps around everybody in this department, and it seems like they're not stopping anytime soon. Yo, who would you want to get next though in there? Who would you want to put in there who hasn't been yet?
If they're gonna keep doing fighting games, maybe some Tekken characters would be cool.
Mm,
Like King or like Kazuya or Heihachi. That would be
mm,
sick. Other than that, there's just so many video games that it would be cool to see.
Facts.
Inside Sly Cooper would be a pretty sick
Sly would
skin.
be that would be
Like,
a heat skin and a
um,
pickaxe. That
yeah,
would
like
be hot.
it'd be pretty dope. Or even like you could do like Crash Bandicoot and have
Mm.
I cannot remember the name of the mask right now, but
I just say Ooga Booga. I don't know. I don't know what it's called.
Like I think it's like Aku or something like that. You
Aku.
could
Yeah,
have the
I think you're
mask.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could have the mask as like a backpack that just like floats behind you or
Yeah.
whatever. Like that would be sick. Like dude, there's a lot they could do. There's so many franchises that I feel like would be very open to having um to being in Fortnite.
Bro, and that's the craziest thing. They get so much promo off it, and Epic just has so much, they got hella cash lying around, so they can make these deals happen on the fly pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Or at least their planning is so stellar. They can plan these all months ahead and just be consistently dropping and reaching out to new companies to make it happen and actually get stuff back and forth going. Like, I know my personal favorite, man. Let me hit some trees with a Keyblade and get Sora in there, bro. Get Sora and Riku, just put them right there, first stop, and just drop them in Fortnite. It's all good. They might not do it because of the guns, but I don't know. Hey, listen. Let it. It's a possibility still. It's a possibility still.
They might not do it because of the money, is what I was thinking.
And that's also true. But I mean, they got Marvel in there. They got Marvel. They got hella Marvel stuff. It would have never. I would have never seen that stuff. They pulling out hella Marvel properties and stuff. So I'm like, it doesn't seem too far fetched, man. When that Kingdom Hearts joint rolls around, when the promo stuff rolls around, just drop a Fortnite skin right before that, and that's money. That is pure money.
It would be money.
So I mean, listen, Fortnite, you were dead ass like. I don't know if you remember Fat Albert, the movie with Kenan Thompson. Like he was running backwards in the track and just lapping his stick. That's what they doing to everybody, bro, in the foot race. They running backwards, laughing them, bro. Like, it's crazy. Shout out to Fortnite, though. Shout out to Fortnite. Sakura and Blanket coming soon. I'm about to pick up Sakura, though. On to the next piece of warm-up news. Okay, so this was actually pretty interesting to hear, and it's low-key kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. So, as part of a new wave of cheat deterrence in Call of Duty, Activision and the Ricochet anti-cheat team have developed an in-game tactic called cloaking. So in this tactic, cheaters that are detected in games, they won't be able to see any players, any bullets, or even any footsteps or any marker that another player's in the game. And those cheaters can easily be seen by the non-cheaters in the game. So say, okay, listen, you running cheats and whatnot, you don't see nobody. In the same perspective, another player on your team, you're just gonna see you like running up against the wall or something like that, just running around aimlessly, like looking at nothing. And then they get easy kills off you right in the middle of the game. So it's a really interesting, and I'm not gonna lie, this is the first time I'm hearing of a tactic like this for like, in-game risk mitigation for cheaters and whatnot. So what you think about this first and foremost, man?
I like that they're being creative with punishing cheaters. But I want them to be consistent with punishing cheaters, I guess. Because I still think, because if I'm not mistaken, it still has a lot of cheater problems.
Still.
And we're on like the third iteration of like a anti-cheat. So you had it when it first started, then Ravenclaw took over, and then Ricochet came out. Like we had like three, I want to say, big arcs in their anti-cheat software, like in their anti-cheat saga, and I feel like there's still people cheating till this day. So it's tough because it's like, I love this, but it's like, how often does it work? Because it's gonna be funny if I kill a cheater in a game, and then the next game I queue into, there's definitely a cheater, but he's definitely being able to see me, and he's definitely getting these kills. So it really depends on what happened in the consistency of it. I think it's a great idea. I think it's funny. It's funny, but at the same time, it's like, all right, let's be serious though. Like, there's a really big problem with the amount of cheaters in your game.
Oh yeah, 100%. I agree. Like, I would really, again, my perspective is this is actually really honestly innovative, and it's like it's hard for people to track so many. I guess the process might be hard to actually just like ban them outright in the middle of the game when there's like, okay, new accounts spawning up every minute. So having, I guess, multiple layers of protection against those cheating from in games, it's just okay, if you detect it and then they're in a match, cool. As soon as you detect it, let them run out their cloaking thing, and then once the match ends, ban them. That seems fine. But I personally like it. But again, I do agree with you on a consistency point. They need to be very, very intentional with how they apply this across, for one, and two, just overarch, like, the overarching bans and whatnot, and like making sure you can detect every kind of cheat out there. I know it's not going to be easy because there's updates to it and whatnot, but staying up to date on that first and foremost is probably the biggest, I guess, problem to tackle. And once you get most of that down, then that's where the rest of these come in and make it a lot easier. But the primary focus should be detecting all these cheats and whatnot, and like making sure there's as little in the game as possible. That's for me. But in terms of the cloaking, that's pretty fun. That's pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie.
It is really
like
funny.
seeing a dumbass right there run up a wall, like, ain't nobody in this lobby. What happened? Yeah. And just shooting aimlessly, that would honestly be a cool thing. Like for real. So you detect it, like they probably either back out matches or whatnot and do whatever. But question, bro, what would your in-game anti-cheat look like? Well, if you could come up with a policy or something that once you detect a cheater, what would you turn it to?
If I detected a cheater, I think it would be really funny if there was a area in the game, I would say in the middle of the map, where like if somebody got detected for being a cheater, it would take the character and teleport them to the one spot, and it's called like it could be like a cage or whatever, and they can't get out, they can't shoot out, they can't even kill the people inside. Like they're just in there doing no damage to each other, but people could farm them for kills. But then it would literally just be like, and I think it would be funny because you would have either people like waiting around there, like literally like a firing squad,
extra kill, yeah.
Like having just shooting them up, and if you don't kill them, the storm's going to kill them regardless. Like they're not going to win. Making it so that like if it's like second to last, like making it so that like the circle never closes in this spot. I think it would be funny. You would just watch them die. It's like other than that, like just banning them, making like outside of just regular banning and doing that, I think that would be like a really funny way of doing it.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I feel that would actually be funny. Again, like just straight up, like put them center stage. Like, hey, yo, you a punk hoe for this, and I want you to know, like the whole lobby needs to know this. Like for real, for real. I would say like
have a billboard nearby that shows the names of them. Like these are the people who are cheaters.
The gamer tags. I was like, yo, if you could like, once you detect it, automatically change their skin to like a clown with a dunce cap on or something like that, and then like lock them in the air, like in a boxed area or something like that. Or they have no guns. They literally just like, again, run around with just like fists with no damage and whatnot, and just run around like a headless chicken. Like literally do that, and just or you could make it like a name change and change their gamer tag. You know what I'm saying? Expand it a little bit, put it maidenless, and put that right in the lobby. You know what I'm saying? Right as soon as the game ends, maidenless, right there. You're saying no bitches, right there. Yeah, no, cheater. Yeah, he's a cheater. He's a cheater. Get him, right there, and it's perfect. But yeah, nah, this is pretty innovative. But yeah, focus on catching all these different types of cheats out there, man, because there's a lot. There's a lot on your ass. Ricochet still got some work to do, but pretty funny. Good stuff. All right, let's move on to the last topic of the warm up. Damn, homie. 6 weeks ago, you was the man, homie. What the hell happened to you? Oh, so gotta get my official voice on, you know what I'm saying, with the hands. The deep fried PC company known as Artesian Builds bit the dust and filed for bankruptcy this week, seemingly ending the slippery slope of after one of their execs slated a contest winner for having the viewership not large enough to be considered for a giveaway. After the stint of unpaid taxes in the state of California and the wave of leaving business that's truly left Artesian assed out. Bro, it's a rap, dog. What's going on?
It all started from being ignorant. Like, remember that, folks. This all started from being a dick. And you literally never know, especially streaming. If anybody here is a streamer, you never know who's watching. You never know who this can get back to. So please act accordingly. This isn't like some private little show.
Facts.
It is public, and you will be you will be held accountable.
You will be like you don't think it won't catch up to you today, but it will catch up to you if like sooner than you think. If you think it's gonna be buried away forever, the internet is a very wide place, and shit travel fast once you get to the right people. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's just funny. It's just like he never expected this to happen. Like there's no way he could have, and none of us really saw this coming, to be honest. When I saw it, I thought I was like, that's crazy. He's a dick, and I'm not buying Artesian Builds. But if you would have told me like, hey, they're gonna like, if you would have asked me like, you think they're gonna go bankrupt? I'm like, nah, they'll probably bounce back. I don't think anybody there really realized. But it's not even just because he was a dick. It wasn't like he got canceled or anything like that. He was a dick. So they called him out on shit, and then everybody started looking at it, and they were like, "Wait a minute, there's a lot of other problems here. It's not just one thing. It was just that was the domino that started the effect, but there's a reason why all those other dominoes were lined up."
And then you could tell, like, as soon as that first girl was like, "Hey, yo, what the hell? There's a problem right here." And then everybody lined up, they had their story ready. I'm like, yo, okay, so this already exhibited. Y'all were acting waste from way before this whole event even started. And to add on top of that, you were acting waste towards the people who are trying to support your brand or whatever and trying to get something. And you know what I'm saying? By not even giving people PCs for entering their affiliate programs, which is a mind-blowing concept, honestly. How can I test the quality of your service if you do not provide me any of that product from your service? You know what I mean? Like, yo, man, these chips is good. You ever had them? Nope. What sense does that make? Anyways, internally, you know, toward their what's it called? Their affiliates and whatnot, they were acting waste. Externally, you know what I'm saying? They was acting waste towards the government because they wasn't paying no damn taxes in the state of California. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's nuts. You know what? And somebody pointed out on Twitter, they was like, yo, listen, honestly, if this whole situation didn't come up, they would probably be able to recoup some of that and like, you know, pay the taxes back with the sales they were probably going to make off PCs and whatnot. But the fact that this came out, you know what I'm saying, this happened, and then, you know, this lady stepped up. I completely forget girl's name who got messed up.
I cannot off the top of my head, I cannot remember it, but yeah.
I cannot.
We all know who she is. She's a partner now.
But yes. She's literally a Cool Master partner, I think, right? Or something.
She's sponsored by Cool Master. She's sponsored by another company, I think, and now she's actually a Twitch partner. So shout out to the girl. I can't remember her name. I think it was like Nia something. I am something.
You're right.
I cannot remember the name.
You're right. It's escaping me right now. But off of that, like, it literally just snowballed so fast for them, and it's their own fault because I mean they made their bed, and that was just the last push that you know what I'm saying, dropped them in it, and couldn't have it to me though. Couldn't happen to me though.
Would not let that happen.
Never, because I'm not a waste man for one, and two, I would just shut up. But that's really beside the point, bro. Listen, man. This has taught me one firm thing. I'm building PCs myself, bro. I can't talk to none of y'all unless I get some verification. I'm on deal with about to say power GPU, NZXT. I'm about to say I'm not outsourcing like that, bro.
Yeah, if you're gonna get a PC, two things. If you want to get it built by somebody, if you want to support somebody, check what their references or check for the people. Because the thing is, like, when people send you a PC, a lot of the times, people will post like blah blah blah, just build me this sick PC. Like a lot of people will post it on social media, and the people who build the PCs will retweet it. So reach out to those people. I would look for the oldest post you can find. Reach out to those people and be like, yo, is your PC still running good? I'm thinking about doing da 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 da. Look for money back guarantees, that type of shit. Or just go to trustworthy people, really.
Facts.
I built my PC. I don't know if I'll build my second one because graphics cards and shit are the price of regular PCs these days. So part of me, part of me is like, I don't know if I can get something for cheap, then I'll just upgrade my PC. But like, yeah, man, just be careful who you're giving your money to, because just because they have a fancy schmancy name and a lot of clout or whatever does not mean anything. Yeah, there's a lot of people who came out and said their PCs were bad, which is crazy.
That's like, also true.
Crazy. Like a lot of people were saying like they throttled my shit on purpose. Like that's not a good thing. And the fact that it took them this to tell
one contest. Facts. It took this one outing from this contest to like everything flood back. It's insane, bro. Hey, listen, I'm gonna let you know right now. If y'all want a recommendation, shout out Kxngviii the guy because he builds PCs. Go look up a trustworthy source like him. If I want to outsource something like that, bro. Otherwise, mypcpartpicker.com. Good luck. Do your thing. Like that's crazy, bro.
If you're gonna touch your CPU, touch something metal before you do it, so that you don't shock the CPU, so you don't fry your CPU.
Please
touch the case. Usually your case is made of metal. Touch your case before you touch your CPU. That's
something else.
You can fuck up a PC, but you can't fry a PC unless you literally shock it. So yeah, that's the best tip I can give you guys.
Not wrong. But yeah, rest in piss, Artesian. Rest in piss. That's crazy. Anyways. Oh man. All right. That's the warm up. Let's get to some of the main stories for the week. First and foremost, if y'all haven't heard yet, the Overwatch 2 open beta it's wide open. It's right now. It's happening. And people have been sinking their teeth into the new anticipated build of the Overwatch franchise. Now, I know people were getting on Blizzard's ass about the way they dropped new codes and stuff. People had to watch for like 4 hours at a time. It was getting a little bit hectic. People were cranky and all, but people are starting to really flood in now, get their impressions of the game. And at this point, I gotta throw it over to No Cooldown's official Overwatch correspondent, WenEazy. How have you felt about Overwatch 2 so far?
It's different. That's the best way I could describe it. It's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing. There's a lot of changes to Overwatch, which make the game feel a lot more fresh. But it's also not necessarily like. So one thing I noticed, and a lot of people can confirm this, there are less stuns in the game. Well, there's also an entirely less. There's one less tank in the game too. So fights are way faster, and it's more about I want to say it's more about hitting shots and doing good damage, that type of thing. It's more skill based in my opinion, whereas the other one based a lot around skills and stuns and things like that, barriers, shields. There's not many characters with shields anymore. Yeah, very ability based. Whereas now it feel like there are very important abilities and there's a lot of skill shots and things like that, but there's less stuns all around. It's just a whole different game. It's imagine if you took Overwatch and instead of it being Overwatch, imagine if you took the idea of Overwatch and gave it to a different company. That's kind of what it felt like. It's a different creative idea is what it feels like. I'm a fan of it. I do like it. It's just so early to really complain about anything because I've only really played it for a little bit. I do plan on doing a full in-depth dive about all the small things that I think needed fixing, but overall, it's a good beta. That's what I can say. It's been a good beta, but I got the beta for free, and that's really what it comes down to. Is this game worth 60 smackaroons? I don't know, bro. I'm gonna have to see what that PvE looks like because all we got is PvP, which is great, and that's what all Overwatch 1 was PvP. But if you expect me to spend $60 on just a little bit different Overwatch, you could have made this shit an update. To be honest with you, to be completely frank with you, it could be a $20 DLC or even at most a $40 DLC, and I would have been like, all right, you 60 bucks. Time will tell if that is going to be, because all you're really getting is I'm not even sure. You're not getting a lot for how long we've waited for this.
I was about to say and that was an interesting thing when I was looking at some of the gameplay and seeing you guys get into it as well. Ooh, excuse me. What exactly is different about? I'll start with the characters. What's different about some of the characters that you were seeing? Because I know for me, as an outsider's perspective, it's hard to see what characters exactly had buffs, changes, complete character reworks, or whatnot. So, what's different from what you're seeing from the character standpoint?
So, what I'm seeing in different is a lot of characters got their abilities changed. Like for example, McCree, not McCree, Cassidy, my bad. Cassidy, whose ability used to be a flashbang and his regular revolver, now instead throws a sticky grenade. It's not a flashbang, because if anybody who played Cassidy knows, the combo is flashbang and then you unload the clip, and then if they're not dead, you roll and then you unload the clip again. And the flashbang is just supposed to stop people. Now it is a bomb. So basically, what you're going to be running in there doing damage and trying to hit him with the bomb to kill things. It kind of changes the character in and of itself. Doomfist became a tank. Another big difference. He went from being straight DPS and being a menace in the back line to being in the front lines and being a menace in the front lines now. It's just a menace in a different spot. But it's a really fun and there's reworks. There's a lot of differences in it, but there's also still parts that are the same. Like Lucio's still the same. Ana is essentially still the same, but then the little inclusions, for example, all support characters have passive healing. So what that means is that when they aren't getting attacked, kind of like how Mercy heals herself, that's her passive. Everybody has that now. So as an Ana player, who I used to have to run it, if I wanted to heal myself, I would have to run towards my team and use my healing grenade on the floor so that I would be able to get the most benefit from everybody healing and myself. Now, if I really want to, I don't even have to be near my team, because I could just, if I'm hitting my sniper shots that are healing them from a distance, or I'm hitting them with the healing grenade, I could just walk away from the fight for a few seconds and my health will start coming back.
Gotcha.
So it
Give you some
does. There
freedom.
are, yeah, there's a lot of changes, like small
Mm,
changes like that, that like I would never have expected this on paper to be a big difference, but it
mm,
makes a big difference, and it makes people like Anna fun because I used to like playing Anna, but I wasn't that big of a fan.
yeah.
But now just off that base healing, I'm a big Anna fan now. Lucio's another one where
Mm,
like I used to have to switch between speed and healing to heal myself if I was ever in a tricky spot, but now
mm,
if they're not hitting me, I could speed boost my way out of there, and my health's gonna come
mm.
back eventually. And on
Got you.
top of that, if my health is coming back regularly, and then I switch to healing for a quick 2 seconds, my health is now getting more health back.
Yeah,
Like
it's
it
getting.
just changes.
Mm,
The whole game is just different now, but it's not necessarily different like we moved forward. It's more
mm,
like we moved to the right because these are
mm,
things that they could have done with Overwatch 1, and that's why it's really hard for me to give it too much praise, is because you're not doing any, like, it's not all new maps, a bunch of new characters, like, but it's just we have looked at the formula and we're changing it now.
mm. Okay, understood. Understood. How about the maps? Any difference with the maps? Same maps or different structures?
New
Same
mode.
lane?
There's a new mode called, I cannot remember the name of it, but basically, it's like, imagine pushing the payload.
Mm,
Imagine if you had your job was to get somebody to push the payload, not necessarily you pushing the payload. So
mm.
there's a giant robot in the middle of the map. Your team fights over control of it. Whatever team has
Oh,
the most people
push.
around them. Yeah, yeah, push. That's what it's called. It's
Mm.
literally, there's a giant robot. Whatever team is around the robot will move in the direction of their objective and will literally push like
Ah,
this block forward. Um, it's not like regular payload, because regular payload, it's one team attacking, one team defending. It's
yeah.
both things.
Both.
So
So it's kind of like tug of
if
war in a sense.
yes, so when you're playing defense, I'm gonna pick Torbjorn, I'm gonna pick Symmetra because I'm gonna have a turret and I'm gonna put it in a good spot to stop them from pushing the point. Period. But now
Mm.
because of push, you go from being defense to being offense in one fight, and that
Interesting.
changes who you pick and things like that.
Mm,
Um, I think that mode is really good. They added a few new maps. There's a Toronto map, which is a push map.
mm,
I think it's Greece or
mm.
Rome. I'm not sure, but that's also a new. It's like the Colosseum or whatever.
Ah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. I did see
I
that
think it's
map.
Greece or something like that.
Mm,
And that's a push map, and the game mode is fun. I really enjoy the game modes, and
mm.
even just having 5v5 on old maps really feels very different because the fights are a lot faster now because there's
Mm.
only one tank.
Yeah.
Going from 6 people to 5 people, uh, in a fight back in the day in Overwatch, if one DPS died, you still could, like, with good healers, you still weren't necessarily in a rough spot. Like, you just be
Got
like, yo,
you.
let's play defensively, let's make sure we're not getting picked
Mhm.
out.
Yeah.
Don't overextend. Like, we just can't overextend.
Mhm.
Now in a 5v4 situation, if you lose your DPS, that's a rough spot to be in, because now their tank can get aggressive, and
Mhm.
because you don't have a DPS to put him down,
Yeah, y'all
it's
okay, you
it,
gotta
it's
either push,
curtains.
yeah, y'all gotta kind of retract
or
back, or it's wraps.
or even worse, if your tank dies, you're really in a bad spot, because
Mm.
there goes all the damage getting soaked up. Like, now
Mhm.
it's literally just
Everybody getting
like
shots.
yeah.
Mhm.
So the maps are really, I think the maps are good. And they're, because the game is different in its core. Even the old maps feel different, because now instead of having 6 people to defend a spot or to defend a payload or to stop a
Mm.
push, you only have 5. So you got to really figure out, where do I want us to be, because we can't have somebody in the back line defending that one weird crevice or the one weird exploit, because we need them over here because there's 5 people.
Mhm. Got you. Yeah, it was interesting. Of course, at first glance, I'm of course cutting the joke. Yes, Overwatch 1.5, whatever, da 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 da.
I
But
mean, yeah.
I I was again looking off your description and seeing the gameplay changes of it. Like the complexion of the game actually it does change a fair bit, but for people it's like, is it enough to justify it being called Overwatch 2, or what I'm saying, is it going to be like an Overwatch, what I'm saying, Overwatch final remix recoded, pull a Kingdom Hearts joint on that whole, but like I from what I'm seeing, I feel like it's kind of it's starting to teeter closer to being an actual, like, okay, you can distinguish just because of the gameplay changes, because of the account changes, because of the character switches, and because of the modes. I feel like could have been a DLC, honestly, possibly, but I feel like what my next question would be, what is it missing, or what do you think it's missing to be really perceived as Overwatch 2?
What I think Overwatch needs, what I think Overwatch 2 needs based on the beta and the technical test from what I've played, it definitely needs more support characters. I think that the next 2, if not the next 3 characters that are going to be in Overwatch that get announced should be support characters, because people were switched from DPS. Well, one person was switched from DPS to tanks, and now that there's only one person playing tank, you have like one person has the option of playing like 9 or 8 different characters. I can't remember the number. But when you're playing support, there's only 7 characters and there's 2 of you guys. So you guys get to split these 7 options. I think that they need to put more focus on creating new characters. The maps are cool, more maps, but that's really what it is like at the end of the day, if you want me to spend $60 on Overwatch, you're going to have to create more characters and more maps, or that PvE mode has to be the greatest thing I've ever seen. And as a person who's played almost every single, and I want to say almost because I might have missed one, but I really doubt it. A person has played every PvE mode in Overwatch, they're not worth $60. Unless I am wrong and the noob mode is crazy gas, which I want to be wrong. If all you're giving me is the PvE modes with this roster coming out off the gate, $60 is a very high asking point. Like unless you're gonna give me a deal for owning Overwatch 1, you own Overwatch 1, you only gotta pay blah 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 for the upgrade. You got me. But if I'm paying $60 for a brand new game, it's gotta be a brand new game.
Feel that. I felt that, bro. And that's been our official Overwatch correspondent, WenEazy, man. Come on now. Do it. I appreciate it. I know me. I'm like, I don't give a shit about Overwatch. I'm keeping it a buck with y'all. Like, I haven't played it since literally the first beta from the first game, way back when. I was talking to Nick Tanner about this a little bit too in the DM. Shout out Nick Tanner. I was like, yeah, bro, I've barely touched Overwatch. Like, bro, I played Paladins more recently than I played Overwatch to put things in perspective. Exactly. And I'm like, yo, Paladins wasn't even that bad. And so my mind isn't really in the, I guess, hero shooter type of thing, unless you kind of put it in Apex's thing. But it's not the same. It's not the same. It's not necessarily the same. Yeah. So thinking and looking at Overwatch from an outsider's perspective, it was hard to kind of make those differentiations between, okay, how is this different from Overwatch 1? How is this going to kind of capture the casual's eye as a, brand new coat of paint, or a brand new, experience in and of itself, instead of just a brand new coat of paint. And that's I think that's what comes with, more characters and more, again, solid reworks. It seems like they have been on the progress in terms of the foundation of the gameplay, the game state, but now it comes with the new characters that help support that life cycle and support the the exchange of what you're talking about, with the player counts and changes, and there being so many limited options to certain classes and stuff like that you have to do per game. There needs to be way more variety to justify it being an Overwatch 2 instead of just a 1.5, a remix, reskin, a a rewatched, Overwatch, clone or Overwatch, iteration. There is some work to be done from what I'm seeing, but I mean, it seems to have been, of course, recapturing all the the Overwatch loyalist fans, where they had like 1.6 million people watching off the first day. So it seems like they're they're getting back into some notoriety with the people who are feeding for it. And you know what? We'll see, man. We'll see. Still some work to do, but it's gonna be interesting to see how it develops.
1000%. 1000%.
All right, Overwatch, we watching over you for real, for real. All right, on to the next one. So the team behind the upcoming title, Diablo Immortal, dropped some new details this week on what we might see and when we will be able to get our hands on it. So a little bit about the plot. It's going to be taking place in between Diablo 2 and 3, with the new MMORPG on the block. Has 6 base classes: Barbarian, Crusader, Demon Hunter, Monk, Necromancer, and Wizard, and is coming to iOS, Android, and PC via open beta on June 2nd, with a full free-to-play drop at an unannounced time. So thoughts on Diablo Immortal? What's coming? No consoles, mobiles. What's going on?
It's funny because I actually was playing. I was on the BattleNet program, right? Because I just was like, I had it open, and I still have it open. I should probably close it. But I looked at it, and I saw something like pop up. It was like new, and I was like, "What's this?" And it was like Diablo Immortal,
And I was like, that's crazy. And they were like, sign up for the beta on like the announcements or whatever. And I was like, I clicked on it and they're like, oh, you're already signed up for the beta. And I was like, I never pre-registered for this. I don't remember pre-registering for this, but all right, cool. So I'm signed up for the Immortal beta. I'll let y'all know how it goes. Not really, like, the thing about it is that Diablo is really slow on the pickup because they made this genre, this top-down looter RP, like action RPG genre. They made this genre. So I don't know why it's taking them so long to come out with more games, because when you tell me MMORPG in the style of Diablo, I don't think of Diablo Immortal. I think of Lost Ark, because that is more closer to what I think of. Like, Lost Ark does what Diablo does, and it's fully out right now. Like, it's a free to play. It is fully out right now, and it's not only iOS either. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's on PC now, mind you. I don't know if it's on consoles. I don't know if Lost Ark is on consoles. But when I see Diablo Immortal, it's like, man, as a Diablo fan, I don't really care. I want Diablo 4. I don't really want Diablo Immortal. I don't want an MMORPG, because it takes you guys forever to come out with a Diablo game. I don't think this live service game is gonna be the move, you know? If it takes you guys to push out content for regular shit, imagine a game where I'm playing it consistently every day. Is there gonna be enough there? The answer, I don't know, but I don't think it will be high. And I don't know who's playing Diablo and is sitting there like, man, I wish this shit was on my phone. Like, I never thought that when I was playing Diablo. I never at one point was like, I wish this was on my phone. It just doesn't make sense to me. So we'll see. I'm pre-registered. I'll let y'all know how it goes. I'm not very excited. I want Diablo 4. Every time I hear the words Diablo and it's not 4, I don't even care. And this is another Blizzard property. So, like, guys, you guys have 2 big games, technically now 3, because I forgot Immortal was a thing. You guys got 3 big games on the horizon. Y'all can't fuck up again. Like, this is make it or break it. Y'all need to focus on the real shit. And I don't know if Immortal is it. But if I'm wrong, I will eat the shit out of my words with no ketchup. But we will see. Like, we will see. I don't think that I'll be wrong on this one.
Hey, man, I am interested just in the fact that, again, it's the mobile focus with, of course, a little bit of PC in there, but the fact that they are, again, trying to double down on mobile stuff. And again, it seems like it's also a big focus from, of course, Blizzard's perspective and what they were doing on that side. But, like, seeing this, I'm wondering, okay, how is this impacting that development cycle of, again, Diablo 4 and the other big projects that they have going on? I hope it doesn't impact it too much, but looks pretty interesting. I'm not the biggest MMORPG guy nowadays, because time's kind of scarce. So I don't commit too much time to it. But if it looks, if it looks and feels pretty good, especially with the dedication to PC on that side, I might be prone to actually, giving it a shot. So for me, I don't have too much to say on Diablo Immortal, but I'm hoping that the June open beta provides some type of good context for what it is. And if this is like an engaging joint, I'm ready to pick it up.
Yeah, the Diablo games are fun, and that gameplay loop is really fun. But if this shit is ass, I'm just gonna download Lost Ark again.
Yeah, hey, listen, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, bro. All right, man, that's Diablo news. Let's skip forward a little bit to Xbox and Bethesda. Wow, forgot y'all was here. I forgot it's like, like Will Smith and Jazzy Jeff said, man, it's almost summertime. Summertime. And it means that a wave of new platform conferences and showcases are on the horizon. So this week, Microsoft, of course, broke the first shot in that slew, announcing that the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase, which could be a crazily packed showing, will go live on June 12th of this year. So, I mean, there's, of course, we're going to get into this talk, of course, as we approach E3 season, we're getting into this a lot more in depth, but there's general thoughts on Xbox and Bethesda combining shows, and big question here, what do you think they need to have a great show?
Bethesda and Xbox. For it to be a good show for me, I'm going to need to see Doom 3. Personally, I don't even care, whatever. Like, everybody wants Starfield, that's cool. I want either a Wolfenstein or a Doom, something. Wolfenstein is due for another game. I'm just saying. I bought both of those games full price on, not full. No, the first one I didn't buy full price. The second game I bought on release full price. I was like, I need it because those games are gas. The newest one that came out, the one where it's like it's kids, didn't buy it. Heard it was trash. Besides the point though. I would love to see I would love to see Doom. I would love to see a lot of the other games that they announced for Game Pass last year, because I saw Slime Rancher 2, and I know a lot of people aren't looking for Slime Rancher 2, but if there's only 8 of us, I'm number 8 because that game is gas, and I thought the second game was gonna be dope. I haven't seen that yet. There's another 2D indie game that they announced last year for Game Pass. Still haven't heard any news when that's dropping yet. There's a lot of games that they announced, and I just want to see some follow-ups. Let's see some follow-ups on Outer Worlds 2. Let's see something like that.
I need that.
You know what I'm saying?
My
like,
goodness, core memory unlocked. Core memory unlocked. Oh yeah, I need that. I need that, big dog. I need that.
There's so many games that they announced that we haven't heard anything from. So if you're only doing it on your big showcases, this is the big showcase. It's time to show some case. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is time. It's time. But I want to see some follow-ups. I want to see some, like, because they had like, I remember they had like a 10 or 20 minute trailer where it was just almost all trailers of shit. But now I want to see like a 10, 20 minute or like a 15-minute trailer of all gameplay. Like, that's what I want to see. Like, you announced a bunch of stuff. Cool. Let me show me some gameplay. Show me some dates, something. I don't even need dates. Just show me gameplay at this point, because there's a lot of games that I forgot about and if I forgot about it, I feel like I don't need it. So if you show me some gameplay or at least like an update or something, I'm excited. I don't think they're going to be bad because, like, no offense to them, I'm sure it's going to be good regardless, but who are they competing against? Really? Like, who's their competition?
Themselves and getting exclusives.
The only way they can fuck up is if they fall on stage. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only way they can fuck up is their fault.
So, and if they don't show out, and which I'm like, listen, at this point, it's mission critical for these next couple of years for Microsoft to show out like crazy. There's enough stuff in the background that's already having a little bit of a tough time, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Perfect Dark is in a state right now, apparently, for what we're hearing. So that's not gonna be shown until about another 3-4 years. That's a big heavy hitter right there. Y'all got in y'all slate for first party stuff, out the question. Other stuff is like Radio Silent. Like, y'all need to be showing out with the best and brightest stuff. You know what I'm saying? Off the rip. Like, for me, in my opinion, I think, of course, well, just taking a step back and speak on format. The format y'all had from a year or two ago: game, world premiere, major release, world premiere, Bethesda, File 76 mobile app, world mobile game, world premiere. All of that. I need consistent gameplay drops. Don't even Phil say something for like 3 minutes and get off the stage. Todd say something for like 3 minutes, get off the stage. Other dude, what's his name, Hirschberg, whatever his name is, whoever the hell you do from id Software, 3 minutes, get off the stage. And straight games. Starfield better be a given, which I think it is at this point. If it's not, that's gonna be crazy. That's a wild look if it's not a given at this point.
They should never told y'all about this game. They should never told y'all about that game.
If they do not show a solid, like a 7 to 9 minutes pure gameplay standpoint of Starfield, we're gonna have a conversation. We're gonna have to have a talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to ask your wristband. But secondly, I think maybe one of those actually, wait, no, Hellblade 2, actually, that's what my second one was. Hellblade 2, definitely, it should be in there because they already showed the trailer off. They probably have not look at it, which is cool. I'm looking forward to Hellblade 2. Hellblade 1 was dope, so that's nice. Gear 6, I'm in the mind state of, I feel like it's time to start bringing it back into the fold a little bit. I know people aren't as excited for it because I know everybody's not excited for it, but I kind of miss Gears gameplay. I miss Gears a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it's weird. Like, I didn't play Gears 5 that much. Gears 4 I played a little bit, and I haven't played it, you know what I'm saying, like crazy. I was a late bloomer. I came in like beginning of Gears 3 and then went backwards retroactively. But if they can actually make, you know, something crazy at the, you know, Coalition, what else? What other games have they made? Nothing. It's all Gears. So they're probably just making the next Gears. I feel like they should drop with something like now. They should have a real good gameplay showing out now and kind of set some stuff up with momentum. Like, they need some first party stuff. And the only other thing I would say, bold prediction, or just out there, bro. This is wishful thinking, bro. Hey, yo, bring back Sunset Overdrive, bro. Or hand it to the right people. Hand it to the right people. Damn it, hand it to the right people. One had to take off his glasses for that, man. Yeah, listen, that's how far-fetched it was. He said, come on, dog. Let's be real. That's right.
There. And then Sunset Overdrive is was made by Insomniac, right?
Insomniac. It was Insomniac. Nah, Insomniac they busy with shit.
Is owned by PlayStation, correct?
Oh shoot, are they? Oh, are they now? I know they're like. Now hold on. I know, of course, they're like
by PlayStation.
They're in that. I thought they were in like that partner stage, that close partner stage, before they get acquired by them officially.
I thought they already got acquired.
No, they already did. You're right. No, you're right. They already did. You're right. Slipped my mind. My fault. Damn, forget that.
No. Don't forget that. Because there was something about. I'm gonna have to look it up, and I'll get back to you. About Sunset Overdrive, because I believe that they could make another one. Like legally, they're allowed to.
Ooh.
But I'd have to look into it, because I remember seeing a tweet about it.
I need that.
Oh, there was an IGN article. They could do it, but for PlayStation. So it would just wouldn't be an Xbox exclusive. But I'm not against that.
So I'll see at the PlayStation conference. I'll see at the State of Play.
That would be nuts. That I would love to see Sunset Overdrive, but we're not seeing that at the Xbox showcase.
Yeah, not the. Okay, so yeah, X that. Oh yeah, Redfall. That whole vampire 4-player shooter joint. That we need to see some gameplay of at some point. That would be nice. That would be nice to actually look at.
I'm still thinking that shit is gonna be like XCOM. I'm still thinking it's gonna be a turn-based strategy game. I feel it in my bones. If I call it,
don't say that.
I'm so good at what I do. I'm gonna start a company of predicting game trends, because
this man is Game DraftKings. This man is Game DraftKings. I'm gonna start holding
bets.
Oh my gosh. Low key put some over unders on Xbox conferences. I'm pretty sure they're already doing some stuff like that, but if Redfall is a strategy game, I will be very, very, very sad. No slight to strategy games. Shout out to XCOM, but I would just be very disappointed given that, like, you gonna give us this and then be a strategy game? I might as well go play Blood Hunt. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, damn, bro. But that's there. A little bit
on the Sunset Overdrive thing. Sony itself recently registered a trademark for Sunset Overdrive. Wow. Ooh. By no means is this a confirmation that the company will make a sequel. It does mean
they're reserving the room.
This is it. That's what it was that I read, that it was like they could do it if they really wanted to. Should they?
They reserve I would love to see it.
I would love to see it, but I would love to see the Wolverine game first. So
facts. We'll see what happens. That is definitely a fact. I'm not gonna lie.
I would love to see the Wolverine game way before I see what.
Now that you mention it, yeah, we can just hold it. Yeah, scooch over to the side, baby. Scooch. Just
wait 2 years, drop in the summer. Your boys whenever. I think Saints Row is dropping in August. Just drop that same time, because I think that's the perfect time for games like that.
No, I agree. And honestly, besides that, what else was there? There was the one game from Obsidian that was like a medieval magical like type of game that they do. Avowed. They could show more of Avowed. Damn, well, shit, there it is. But yeah, no, Avowed. I mean, it's an Obsidian game, so I'm locked in with whatever Obsidian does. Honestly, like they're solid. Again, that and the Outer Worlds 2, that would be nice to let us know about that. If there's any more word on Fable, if it's coming back, that would be nice to know about the new Fable.
If they drop Fable,
it's lit. It's lit.
Going bananas.
It's lit.
And if they drop Fable and then it's just a cinematic, it's still going bananas. But when is going to be is going to be considered a hater on the timeline, because I'm gonna be guys, it's just a cinematic.
Where's the gameplay? Where's the gameplay? Yeah, you're
and everybody's gonna be like, you're a hater. Shut up. We wanted Fable, and I'm gonna be like, all right, guys, enjoy the hype.
Not wrong, man. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a lot of stuff, man. Yo, E3 week is gonna be, or formerly known as E3 week, is gonna be a really, really interesting time, man. Like the Summer Game Fest period, if you want to call it that now. You know what I'm saying?
Like, what is the name for it now? Like,
I don't know.
It feels like
is it?
June is gonna be crazy. I can't wait for June.
Yeah, June. I guess, you know. Damn, it sounds so weird now. I don't know what to call it. I'm about to say it, man. It's like Prince, like formerly known as, he's just the artist. Oh,
formerly known as E3.
Yeah, the game season. I'm about to say game announcement season. It's just a symbol. It's just a G or something like that. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, bro, like it's different. It's different. But in terms of the Xbox Bethesda showcase, the first announced that they're coming, of course. So I'm hoping to see a lot of good stuff, man. Like I need like 87 minutes. Block out. Or unload the whole clip on the whole showcase, bro. Don't hesitate. Because I think this is a really big year for announcements, honestly. Game release, of course, but this is going to set up 2023 and 2024. I think because of some of the knock-ons from development delays and whatnot, and still not shaking off the brunt of COVID and whatnot in gaming circles, 2023 and 2024 are going to be huge. So this and like Game Awards are like two big ones, two really big shows to show out for this year. So make it so.
Yeah.
Make it so. All right. On to the next. Speaking of, releases and what we're talking about, man. As we all know, Sony has been making some headway in the effort to assimilate into PC gaming and drop more titles there. And according to rumors, we could be seeing the Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection drop on PC storefronts in June, which is way earlier than people might have expected. So the Legacy of Thieves collection dropped on PS5 in January of this year, while the PC date was left unconfirmed but announced at the same time. Well, it was coming at the same time the PS5 released in January. But a posting of the 2022 release from the Epic Games Store may have accidentally dropped the exact date to the public. So, I mean, general thoughts on this one, man. I mean, Sony's fast tracking stuff, Uncharted on PC. How are we feeling?
Sure. Like I already beat Uncharted. That's what's crazy. Like I feel bad. Like I do like Uncharted, but I already beat it. Unless like it's gonna be remastered graphics or something crazy. Because that's like what drawed me to like buying Death Stranding on PC. Was that they were like, oh, you're gonna get ultra widescreen and you're gonna get like a bunch of extra stuff. And it's not even like new content, it's just graphical things.
The graphical maxes. Like I feel like it is, honestly. If there was a delay, if they dropped the PS5 version in January and then they said, oh, a PC version is coming, and it just didn't tell us when, I feel like that time spent would be used to maximize like the graphical output and stuff and kind of really test the limits on PC. So when it drops, y'all have some extra stuff that y'all can deal with on this platform and stuff. So I think that might have been one of the main drivers behind it as well. And just, of course, the delay and kind of getting some of these Sony fans used to, hey, listen, we're dropping stuff on PC, guys, relax. It's going to happen. So but I think mainly it was the kind of development process of making sure things are maxed out on PC. And for me, it just speaks more to not so much the series of, shout out to Uncharted. It's a good series. I enjoy it. Like I'm about to say, we've had this hot take conversation already, but I do enjoy the series a lot. Let me see. And then it's just the larger aspect of it though. Again, PlayStation still, like, they're making a beeline to get into that PC market, and they're going crazy right now. They're trying to. I feel like, from what I've seen, they're starting to get a little bit faster with consistent releases. God of War, Last of Us. I'm about to say, now this is coming in June. I'm about to say, wait, is Last of Us there yet or no?
I don't think so. Let me check.
No, Days Gone. I forgot. No, I lied. Days Gone.
Yes.
Days Gone.
Yes.
Yeah, I apologize. Yes, the other one. I apologize for that. It was a mistake. Yeah. Days Gone, God of War, and now Uncharted. I think they're starting to fast track like a major, PlayStation like first party title like every 6 months. It seems like every 6 months, like you probably get 2 major franchises a year, and that's when they're trying to catch up into the game and get their foothold in the PC market because they know it's money. They know it's money in there. They know it's sustainable sales, and they're not going to back down, bro. They're not, and I feel like that also could play into what they might do with PlayStation Essentials and what they might, include down the line. Of course, copying, or not necessarily copying, but taking after some of the styles that we've seen with different Game Passes and whatnot. It's a win for them. You know what I'm saying? Just, Sony fans, don't cry, bro. Don't cry. It's okay. Everybody wins. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah. I mean, this is cool on their part. Personally, I'm still like the biggest thing I need to see from them is Essentials. I don't really. Like, again, like I think it's cool that they're adding like these games that people who didn't have PS4s or PS5s were able to play. Like now you can play the God of Wars and all this stuff. but I also think that those games are kind of old at this point. God of War is really old. Like Uncharted is stupid old. I beat all these games in college. If I was somebody who wanted to know the Uncharted story, I would have already looked it up by now. And I didn't have a PS4, I would have already looked it up by now. I would have watched the stuff or whatever. So this is cool for the people who want to play these games. Like I want to play God of War, sure, go buy it. You're gonna play it. Same thing with like Final Fantasy. I think that was a bigger inclusion to PC than any of these games because that game was more recent. And that's the biggest thing is if they want to do PC right, they need to start putting new things on PC because this wait 6 months to a year to release on PC it's just not fast enough. It just really isn't. As a person who I love Death Stranding. I bought the regular version. I bought the director's cut. It was an upgrade. Don't look at me like I spent $60 four times or whatever. I bought these things, but if I was a Death Stranding fan, I would have been looked it up by now. You know, like you need to start dropping things. If you're gonna do a time release, more than 6 months, you're gonna lose that person because 6 months from now, anything could change. The money that I had to buy this game could be gone because some life happened, or even just like my interest in it could have just dwindled. It's great that they're pushing these games, but I really need to see more. If they want to do this PC thing right, I need to see more urgency with when they put these titles on there.
I agree, and if they want to capitalize on the momentum that they're having, getting stuff back into the PC market, they have to be quicker on the draw with these releases. And I feel like we need to start seeing you guys getting closer to parity with your actual on console releases. That's what's going to really make the difference. No more of this like, oh yeah, you'll get it the next year over. You know what I'm saying? I think that would honestly put a lot of people off. And in the grand scheme of things, that's what needs to, the parity needs to happen between PC and console. If PlayStation really wants to, be about it, if they really about it, you got to show it. Put your money where your mouth is and make that release that much closer. And all you're gonna do is, piss off the two fans that got, you know what I'm saying, like they got Sony underwear on right now or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like you pissing them off, they gonna cry for like 3 minutes and then buy your game anyway. So in the grand scheme of things, it's only making you more money than you're losing. So you good, they'll be all right. I think it's a good move for everybody. It's W's all around.
1000%.
Facts, man. Don't worry about it, man. Anyways, let's move forward. Oh, it's also a side note. I gotta low key watch the Uncharted movie. You know what I'm saying?
I can watch it too.
I gotta get my, what I'm saying, my 2 cents in on it, allegedly, you know what I'm saying, through some sources, supposedly. Yeah. And I drink of water. Anyway, speaking of films, let's get on to the trailer trove, man. We got a couple of stories coming through today. A few of them pretty obscure, like what the hell, where did this come from? And also glorious news, but let's start off with the first one. So it seems that Sony is really ready to pull up on the next Marvel property and turn it into a full production because like they thought, oh, Morbius was such a good idea, let's go for more. With superstar Hispanic music artist Bad Bunny set to take on the role of El Muerto. El Muerto was pretty obscure to me, not gonna lie. I had no idea who the hell this was. But upon some research, his appearances as a superpowered luchador with the power coming from his mask created several run-ins with Spider-Man in the comics. And, after the Morbius situation, there was like, yeah, we still tracking, bro. We still gonna create this roster of just like spider-adjacent movies. So, I guess that's the direction they're going. El Muerto is coming with Bad Bunny. How you feel about it, Wayne?
Now, I don't know anything about El Muerto, but I would say it's safe to assume El Muerto is Mexican of origin. And Bad Bunny's Puerto Rican. So, I mean, like
already
I just feel like like a white guy's behind this. I am pretty sure that this like what
wow. Yeah, just to confirm. The place of origin for El Muerto is Magdalena de Quino, Sonora, Mexico. Oh my goodness, straight Mexico. So
again, no knowledge.
He's a luchador, so I'm like, duh.
I had no knowledge of this. I called it. A spade is a spade. I saw it from a mile away. They just heard Bad Bunny wants to make a movie, and then Sony was like,
find a Spanish hero.
They're flipping through pages like flipping through all the comic pages like, yo, there's gotta be somebody. There's gotta be. Nah.
What about this El Muerto guy? It's like, whatever, fuck it. Hey, Mr. Bunny. Like, so no. Actually, you know who would have been better? Actually, let me look it up. Let me just double check this.
Yeah.
There is a character that is, I believe, Puerto Rican and a superhero that is actually in the Marvel comics. But to go back to this, this shit is stupid. I don't see the purpose. I just don't know if Bad Bunny's a good actor. He's in the WWE, like he could do that shit, which is cool. But like,
which wild. But it's different.
Even though the fact that Bad Bunny is in the WWE, a lot of people from the WWE aren't good actors themselves, and they've been doing it for way longer than Bad Bunny has been. There's only been 2 good actors that come out of the fucking shit.
and that's the basis you choose your entire thing off of. I think 1, because it's Bad Bunny and he's like he's a popular artist, and 2, he did some wrestling, and that was it. That was like you were sold on this. I think it was the fact that they were trying to make this work at some point. You know what I'm saying? They saw that movie script and then they saw him. They're like, yo, we got to make this fit. It don't matter what we got to do. It's just got to work. This is just got to work. I don't know what's going on.
White Tiger. They could have made him White Tiger. White Tiger, Hector Ayala, is a fictional character appearing in American comic books published by Marvel Comics. Was created by Bill Mateo and George Perez. A Puerto Rican White Tiger was a Marvel's first Hispanic superhero. You could have just did that, and that's how much knowledge Sony has of these fucking characters. Is that there is a character, there is a Puerto Rican superhero that he could have been, and they said nah.
That's interesting. Straight literally from San Juan, like that's kind of crazy, bro.
Bro. I don't even fucking read comics, and I know this. He was in Civil War. He died in Civil War. That was one of the characters that died in Civil War.
You're right. Wow.
Nobody
we glossed over this, and we just bro. Thank you for reminding me of that. And we glossed over White Tiger. Yo, that's kind of wild, bro. That's actually That's actually kind of nutty, bro. And you went straight to El Muerto, like, bro. I was just like, yo, I'm trying to find out their strategy for even doing this, bro. Because even then, okay, this is what I think. All right, they put Spider-Man on a dartboard, right? And they were like, okay, cool. Let's put every single related person or like major character near in adjacency to Spider-Man. Let's put them on the board as well. And they're starting to throw darts at whichever one hits. Morbius, boom. Venom, boom. We got some hits. Cool. Madam Web, boom. That's a hit. Craven, boom. That's a hit. We'll take it. And they're just building all these Spider-Man adjacent things without a Spider-Man. Without a Spider-Man present, which makes no sense on top of that to, like, again, bind all them together, whatever. And now they were just like, yo, El Muerto, that's tough. We got to take it. Even though it makes more sense to literally give it to a character that actually kind of fits and also had a run-in with Spider-Man. He was right next to him. El Muerto and White Tiger was right there. They were right next to each other, bro. Like, looking at White Tiger, I'm like, yo, Bad Bunny could fit this guy more. El Muerto's like a 6'2". El Muerto is a 6'2", 6'3", 250-pound dude, bro. Like, what? I'm losing it. Why do you do this to yourself, Sony? Why do you do this, bro? Give it up. Disney should have took you off everything out worth, bro. I'm sorry. They should have stopped y'all. They should have stopped y'all when we had a chance.
I just want everybody to remember that when they got a Puerto Rican, they got a very famous Puerto Rican man to play a superhero. Sony decided to make him a Mexican superhero when there is a Puerto Rican superhero in the Marvel universe that he could have been. I'm not saying it's racist, but it kind of feels like it is,
bro. And the fact that they not only he's just again, like they got a Puerto Rican as a Mexican superhero, they got him as a luchador. So like the most like insane trope you can probably think of, like number one on the list, his powers literally come from the mask of a luchador that he has to put on and pass down from generation to generation. Like how tropey can you get in like 10 minutes? They was like, yo, how can we write this out in like 5? Yo, we got to pitch this thing in like bro, 20 seconds. How are we gonna do this? Listen, he put on the mask. get him, get Bad Bunny. You know what I'm saying? He do a couple songs on the soundtrack, and we straight. Like, it's killing me, bro. It's killing me, man. I say rather have little 5'5" Rey Mysterio do a 619 on somebody, bro. Shout out Jay, literally, bro. Just have somebody in the cut. Just have Rey Mysterio come and do a 619 on somebody. Movie end, roll credits. Like that's it. That would make as much sense as this. Like, bro, Sony, what are you doing? I'm so confused, Sony.
That's so funny.
I'm baffled. I'm baffled, bro. First you get Tyrese in a film, as if that wasn't enough. And to add to the confusion, you get a whole dude that's a Puerto Rican man, and you put him in a straight Mexican character's whole thing, bro. A whole role. Like, y'all didn't even want to match things up. Y'all didn't even want to play, but like with puzzle pieces. Y'all just said square peg round hole. Just slam it down. Cool.
Make it fit.
Like, what the world, bro? Listen, man, I'm not gonna lie. Kevin Feige should have headlocked y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. Kevin Feige should have
looking over there like we should have bought him. Like,
bro, we really should have, bro. I should have talked to Bob, bro. Bob Iger should have bought them hoes, bro. This is actually wild. Actually insane. Sony, shame on you, bro. Shame on you. That's a tisk. Anyways, we got some movement this week with the Avatar series. And no, not the airbender with the arrow on his head. I meant the blue people on Pandora as they gear up to come back to theaters with a whole brand new saga. So kind of overwhelming news this week. We got not one, but 4 announcements of the next Avatar movies that were announced as part of a planned connected saga. So we got Avatar, The Way of the Water, as the official sequel to the original movie, slated for December 16th of this year. Avatar 3, The Seed Bearer, is the third film, set for action December 20th, 2024. Avatar 4, The Tolkien Rider, is set for action December 18th, 2026. And the last out of the saga, Avatar 5, The Quest for Awa, is apparently dropping December 22nd, 2028. And Disney are also planning to re-release the original Avatar in theaters this September 23rd with remastered audio and visual. Like, when thoughts on this?
I don't even know. How young was I?
It was 2009.
It was 2009?
It was like, yeah, 2008, 9.
I don't even think I graduated middle school in 2009. Like, that's insane. And we're getting the sequel now? Man, why? Like, why don't I just make these into books or something, or into like something else? Like, who's been waiting for this? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's really been sitting here like, when's the next? Man, we haven't heard anything about Avatar this year. The biggest thing I got out of all the Avatar announcements was that Avatar: The Seed Bearer sounds like a porno. That's really all. That's like all that I got out of this. Like, am I wrong? Like, that shit sounds like a porno. That's all I really got out of the whole thing. I was like, cool. I think the actor even said something along the lines of like, "Yo, when I'm in the 5th movie, I might actually be in a wheelchair. I'll be that old."
Yeah.
Like,
what was his name? Sam Worthington. He was like, "Bro, I'm pushing 50 right now. I'm not even pushing P, bro. I'm pushing a wheelchair. It's about to be a wrap for me." Like, bro, what? That's crazy. Who cares, bro? I'm sorry, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be blunt, bro. I liked Avatar as a standalone joint. I was like, yo, you're a technical marvel. That's cool. That's great. And I forgot about it in like a couple of years. I'm gonna be dead honest with you. It's one of the. It's like a Mandela effect movie, low key. Like, you forget that it's one of the highest grossing movies of all time. Like, you literally forget. I could run up at people, like, ask people on the street, bro. Yeah, you remember that Avatar was like one of the like highest grossing movies like ever, bro? Like, it was like crazy. People was going like it was like top 1 for years. People gonna be like, Avatar, really? Like the one like blue hair? No. Like the blue people, like the people that's flying on stuff. Like, oh, that one? I didn't even remember that. Like, I just don't think culturally it's as big as people think it is. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not in the right cultural circle for this. Maybe it's not my audience. Maybe I'm not the demographic for this. But just to me, it just feels like, yo, this could have been much better and left alone as a one and done. But I understand the Disney machine, and I understand the incessant need to make everything a connected, planned universe. So you're going to, really hone in on making like 3-4 more movies just to connect on the same type of stuff, when maybe there's not really that, much compelling stuff in there for anything beyond the second movie anyways. I just feel like, to me, it's personally unnecessary, and I'm not excited for it in the slightest bit. I wasn't even excited for the first one. I saw it, I was like, oh, that's cool, and kind of left it be. There was other movies better than it. I'm like, whatever. Yeah. But technically, I will say this. Technically, as a technical marvel, it's a really good movie. Or Avatar 1. And I have no doubt that they'll up the bar and it's going to be absolutely out of this world, like crazy, berserk quality in the next sequels. But in terms of the story, in terms of the characters, I don't remember anybody except for that one dude in the wheelchair and Zoe Saldana, kind of. And that's it. There's nothing else compelling that's holding me to be like, yo, I need to go stop everything, book my tickets right now as soon as they go on sale and see Avatar 2. Like, there's nothing there.
Yeah. I completely agree with you. There's just like all the loose ends were tied up, and now they're just like, there's gonna be more story. Like, all right, bro. Yeah, I just feel like you could take the money it costs to make an Avatar movie. You could have created an entirely new franchise, but sure, man,
brand nostalgia. New. And you know what? I saw the plot synopsis of the second one. You know what it says? The same people that started shit the first movie, they're coming back for revenge, and they gotta defend the planet. I'm like, so you're just literally just doing the same thing, like. This what we doing?
That's awesome. I wanted that. Cool. I didn't already see this story.
Like, give me a Wall-E too, bro. I don't care about this shit, bro. Like, what the hell? I don't care about Avatar, bro. Give me something different, man. Whatever. I understand you gotta fill your big box office quota, blah, blah, blah. I do not care. Anyways, let's move on to the best news of the week, baby. Yes. Oh, I've been waiting, baby. In glorious news, the Nintendo OG, Shigeru Miyamoto, he announced that the upcoming Super Mario movie has been delayed, pushing the date back to spring 2023, April 28th in Japan and April 7th in the United States. And oh man, before I throw it to you, I just want to, give a special shout out to the old man Groovy J. When this joint comes out in 2035, unfinished, unpolished, Mario got a plumber as a hat. He got a whole plunger as a hat, bro. You know what I'm saying? He only got the same look. He got like fingerless gloves instead of his regular gloves. They gonna give him the whole Sonic 1 movie treatment before they ride it and stuff. They gonna make it look crazy. Instead of mushrooms, it's gonna be like, like cauliflower, the cauliflower kingdom. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna look weird, bro. And I can't wait. Jay. Hope it never come through. And when it does, hope it's trash. But no, I'm fucking with you, honestly. No, but all seriousness though, it is what it is, man. The Mario movie is gonna be weird. They're probably gonna do some crazy ass Sonic Mario crossover. This thing does well, which probably will. But hey, fuck this movie. You see it, Jay? Fuck you. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, like, it got delayed. I'm not surprised. We didn't hear anything of it. Like, literally, we haven't heard anything from it. So we'll see what happens. I'm not really excited for it. I'm not a big, Chris Pratt fan. I don't think many people are these days.
Yeah, I'm cool.
We'll see what happens. Even if it's bad, I hope it if it sucks, I hope it gets a soft reboot and they just keep pushing, because I do think it would be cool, a cool universe. I just didn't really want Mario to talk, but sure, let's give him an American voice or whatever. Like I think it could have been better without it.
Listen, all you gotta do Yahoo. That's it. That's literally all you had to do. You didn't have to hire nobody for that. Hire the OG dude. I'm about to say you good.
You could have literally had everybody in the movie but Mario talk, and I would have been fine with it. Maybe even not have Luigi talk, because you got away with it in all the DS games. He never spoke a word, and he hasn't spoken a word in every other game too. But literally, it's not even because it's Chris Pratt. It's mostly because he's talking. Chris Pratt is just a multiplier to me being upset about it. It just made it way worse. I was like, oh, he's talking and it's Chris Pratt. That's what made it. And you could have Donkey Kong reading an encyclopedia and being the smartest man alive, and I'll be like, that's fine. Mario's talking, I'm like, ugh. All right, cool.
I feel that, bro. But yeah, nah. The only reason, just for the context of people who might not know, Groovy J's been looking forward to this out of either slander or whatever. He's been looking forward to this movie. And I'm here to actively slander it. So yeah, shout outs. This is gonna be a recurring thing, and it's been happening. If you've been listening closely, you know. So yeah, shout out to Mario delays, baby. Long may it continue. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. That's enough of the trailer troll for the day, man. Let's get into the rest of the topics for this episode. Okay. So we got a juicy rumor this week about Spider-Man 2 coming from Insomniac Games, the much anticipated sequel to the 2018 smash hit. Now remember, this is a big rumor, so do not take anything to heart unless it came from Insomniac's mouth directly. This did not, so please, grain of salt. We're just speculating here off the little talks, off the little murmurs. But the word is that the sequel to the 2018 Spidey iteration will feature gameplay in the perspectives of both Peter Parker and Miles Morales for respective missions, and a third playable character with a different playstyle, projectiles, and some form of tentacles, quote unquote, whether it be artificial or organic, will be playable, which points to a playable version of Venom, whether it be in its own symbiote form or a version that is attached to one of the Spideys, most likely Peter, could be in the game. So, I mean, thoughts on this? It seems like a big shift. We know from the first reveal trailer of Spider-Man 2 that Venom will be present, that Miles Morales and Peter will be present. What are we thinking?
That's pretty cool. I mean, so how to put it? Like, I like Venom, but I feel like a lot of shit kind of takes like a downward turn when you introduce Venom. Not in a bad way, but it's always like Venom is a great character and he really does good shit for the Spider-Man universe. But I'm just kind of scared of like, we did Venom, where do we go from here? Because that's what I feel like a lot of Spider-Man games that I played always kind of do. It's like, all right, we did Venom. How do we continue to make this? I would be excited to play Venom. Spider-Man Web of Shadows had a lot of fucking problems. But that game was still pretty fucking fun.
Fire.
That shit was
still
really
fire.
fucking fun to play.
Still fire.
And I remember booting that game up and my friend telling me like, no, you gotta play. I got it. And I remember booting that game up and hearing Peter Parker talk for the first time. I was like, ew. But then I was like, then I played it and I was like, this is
but
really
still heat.
This is pretty heat. I want to see where this goes with hopefully with this Wolverine game. If this is Venom, I would hope that like the next Spider-Man, let's say Spider-Man 4 this is Spider-Man 2, so Spider-Man 3, like we see more inclusion of the X-Men. Maybe Square Enix is like, hey, we don't want to make any more Avengers games, and Insomniac acquires some rights to some of these characters, like, oh, there's Tony Stark, there's blah blah blah, you know what I'm saying? So we will see. I'm excited to see what comes of it. Playing as Venom has always been sick, even when you're just playing as a black suit. I remember Ultimate Spider-Man.
I was just about to say
crazy.
it. I was gonna say it.
It was crazy. That shit was nuts. I till this day, I wish I could replay it because that shit was crazy. Nothing was better than like running around as Venom and just being a menace. Like that was like you're just fucking eating people on the streets. It was crazy. It was a really good game. I really hope to. I can't wait to see what they could do with it. It's Insomniac, so it's probably gonna be gas. Fingers crossed. I just hope that they have plans for the future. I don't want to see this franchise burn out too quickly because we had 2018 Spider-Man, 2020 we had Miles Morales. Like these 2-year gap, it's not a bad thing, but I want a good longevity Spider-Man. Yeah. I don't want to get to 2028 or whatever, and I'm sitting here like, all right, guys, you guys have
gotta reboot again.
Yeah, like it would be kind of corny.
Hey, listen, I will say this. It seems that the multiple perspectives and in terms of mission structure and certain like that, it's not new on the Spider-Man franchise. You did the little crawl around missions with what's it called, Mary Jane. You did the crawl around missions with Miles Morales before he got his powers. So switching perspectives isn't new to the game state. So that's while of course those missions were kind of like mid because I'm like, yo, bro, what the hell? It's not fun.
If you have me playing as Peter Parker as Spider-Man and then Miles Morales as Spider-Man, and I for a fucking second have to play as Mary Jane, I'm frisbeeing that game out the window, and then I'm gonna go pick it up and put it back in the game. I'm beating this shit, but I'm gonna be really fucking mad.
No, you're not wrong. Listen, bro. Listen, I'm just like, you're not. You. I completely agree. Do not give us any more missions like that, please. Like we have to just please at least make
my time.
Facts. At least make a Spider-Man. Just like let's do like a marker. Just do something on a D-pad to direct her in a direction or something like that, bro. Like, please. But anyways, switching perspectives is not new to the series, and considering, you know, what they're doing in terms of the plot, they have both of them there. They potentially have Craven. Thank God. They have Venom in the game. So them crossing paths and having multiple, you know, missions, I feel like the chances of them, you know, possibly splitting up and having their own thing to do maybe in different parts of the city are very, very plausible. So having those different mission splits, you know, I was thinking, you know, maybe not mid-mission, but maybe an open world. You can like switch like a GTA style, like when you hit the D-pad and switch characters from like from Franklin to I'm about to say somebody else on that character wheel. It kind of just goes from that part of the city to where Peter's at, or where Peter and Miles is at, and kind of going like in that. I feel like they might be going of a more rigid style of, you know, okay, only this mission you can only play as Miles, cool, and then at some point you'll switch over hard cam, you know, or maybe you're only one person in free roam, and then during missions you'll switch to certain people. So I mean, I don't mind it. It is what it is, but I think having this structure in there is the best of both worlds. I know people were calling for co-op, and I'm like, in this kind of game state, I don't want it. I don't want co-op in this game. I really don't. I want to really be in that vein of where Spider-Man 1 and Miles Morales were, just again single player. I'm duking it out. I'm doing my thing. I'm free roam around the city and doing my joint. Now, as for Venom, if we can make this a third playable joint, please, in any format, I will be my number one choice would be Venom on his own, like on his lonesome as a whole, like symbiote by himself, just roaming around the city like Ultimate Spider-Man, like straight up, like shout out to Jay in the chat, mouthful mode, like dead ass. Like I just want to be on the streets, terrorizing people. You know what I'm saying? Swinging around, jumping around on walls, climbing up. You know what I'm saying? Like eating random people on the street, getting fuel, and then moving to the next objective. If I could possibly do that during the mission, my life would be complete. That's all I'm saying. Like, give me the Ultimate Spider-Man vibe back. That's what I want. But I would also be accepting of them having Venom attached to one of either Peter or Miles and kind of complete missions that way, or be in the free roam that way as a black suit or something like that. That would also be very cool. There's a lot of different directions they can go with it. And the ones we're seeing from the rumors, they look really, really favorable. And there's so much plot to run with this. And I understand what you're saying about the run out and the burnout after Venom and how much room do they have to go. I mean, for me, looking at it, there's still some room to go. I think there's plenty of room to go. They haven't even introduced Green Goblin. They haven't. Norman's in the game, but they haven't talked anything about Green Goblin yet. So they have a lot of room to run, I think, personally. And, you know, I think the relationship between MJ and Peter is still pretty fresh in terms of that series. I know we had a big heartbreak in terms of, you know, certain people dying. I won't spoil a Spider-Man game for you if you haven't seen it, if you haven't played it, right? Which is kind of crazy. It's 2018, 2022, but I'm gonna be cordial today.
Some of us have a lot of things to do. All right.
Hey. I'm not judging. You ain't on trial. But you know, that relationship between MJ and Peter is still kind of growing. Of course, they did the whole thing where he's going on vacation with her and blah blah blah. So that, you know, that kind of dynamic, and Green Goblin and potentially Harry, like that could be a whole thing. And I still think there's a lot of characters left for them to explore in the next Spider-Mans after that. And Venom could still be alive after the events of this game, for all we know.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, and again, that could also bleed over into how the X-Men kind of the Wolverine game fares, how certain X-Men might pop up. You could see a run-in with Venom and Venom and Logan. Like, there's a lot of room for this to potentially run and bleed into the other Insomniac Marvel titles. I think that they're going at a good pace. If there's anybody I had faith in to really make something happen in this, you know, in these types of games, it's Insomniac. They've proven it with the track record. They haven't missed so far. They're really stellar when it comes to gameplay and a solid story and what they're, you know, drawing into a gameplay experience. You know, if I had to put my chips on somebody to make something crazy with Spider-Man 2, it's them. But yeah. Any way you slice it, for right now, from what I'm seeing from these rumors, you know, either it's one direction or the next, I'm very, very excited for Spider-Man 2. Very, very excited.
I feel that. I feel that 100%. I can't wait.
100%, man. 100%. Okay. And we're going to switch over to some more news. So the development team at Slow Clap announced the full slate of seasonal free content for the action ass whooping simulator known as Sifu. With a set of new features and modes to tinker with the experience, Sifu looks to add a gameplay modifier, replay editing modes, new costumes, an arena mode, and a lot more across 2022. So, I mean, general thoughts on this, man? They dropping free content. There's a lot of stuff to add in. How you feel?
That's cool. Y'all a little late, but it's cool. We'll let it slide. Like, the people who want to play Sifu, the people who want to replay Sifu are going to replay Sifu. I still, to this day, am playing it. Every now and then I'll jump in and be like, you know what? I only got like 20 minutes before Panda comes over. I only got a few minutes before XYZ. Let me run through the club real quick. Like I just like playing the game. Like it's generally a fun game to play. Or I'll be like, let me see if I can get in through this game without dying. Or I still have yet to beat it, but that's mostly because I haven't really tried to beat it. The modifiers are cool. Like the things about it that's really annoying is that like a lot of these things that they're asking, that they're trying to put out is cool, but it's also like, how do I say it? It's like modifiers are cool, like no block mode or whatever they said was cool, but how hard is it to do? You know, like how long should it have really taken them to come forth with these
what's the shelf life? What's the shelf life of that development process? What's the shelf life of these updates, you know, as it stands?
And like I've said many times, I don't know shit about making games. I really don't. I don't. And I don't want to act like an asshole and be like, you guys are taking too long with this, because it could take y'all a long time to make this type of stuff. But it's just like, I don't know. Honestly, at this point, I feel like they should have added like the small updates or whatever, but like the roadmap is just really isn't giving me a lot. Because if you want me to keep playing this game or keep coming back to this game, you guys aren't giving me a reason to outside. Like outfits, cool. You can mod the game. There's so many good mods out. So the outfits mean zero to me. It actually doesn't mean a damn thing. You would have got me with new playable characters. That would have been different.
Fact.
If you would have told me like, oh, there's gonna be a new character who is more of a grappler or whatever, or you could play as
different branching styles. Yep.
Yeah, that would have been way better. Like this character hits really fast, but doesn't do a lot of damage type thing. You know, like that would have been way better in my opinion. The new, I want more content because I do enjoy the game and I do play the game quite a bit, but I just feel like, I don't know. They just haven't really pulled me back in yet. I'm still playing it though. Like you're not gonna lose people like me, but the people who have moved on or have beat Sifu, they might not really come back for another outfit because again they have mods.
Facts.
I want to see some procedurally generated things. Like that, I think that would be cool. Or like the arena mode or survival mode. Like remember in the Batman games where you would just jump into the penguins in the iceberg lounge and you just last people and it just got
fight
harder?
As long as you can.
That was fun, and you had Nightwing. You had so many there's a lot of reasons to replay that game if you liked Batman. But you guys need to hurry it up. Time's a ticking.
Yeah,
or work on another game.
Facts. I agree with you. I actually talked about this a little bit. Got a YouTube video on this. Just literally
go check it out.
Yeah, search up ThatManTripp. Sifu is probably there. There's a couple videos on it, but I talked a little bit about it. It's like when you look at the actual content offering now, me for one, I'm never going to complain about free content. I am never going to complain about that ever in my life. I will never gripe about that personally. In my idea, if I enjoy a game and you giving me free stuff on top of that, I'm going to eat it up, bro. That's great. That's more for me. But speaking to the general public and how quickly they take the games and how quickly they drop games depending on what's going on right now, what's in the hot seat, what are the top creators playing, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. It's hard to really maintain a central focus in the market. It's so hard to maintain that. And when you're seeing a drop like this, is kind of, you know, this first drop for spring is coming next week, May 3rd. So I'm like, okay, cool. Y'all dropped a few months back in February, you know what I'm saying, the top of February. It's been 3 months and no update. And considering you're not the largest game in the world, so you don't have the biggest, you know, natural buzz about you because people are constantly talking about you just off name value. You're a new IP. So there's not as much weight in the game as you have, you know what I'm saying, compared to an established franchise. So having that late of announcement or a content drop this far, it puts you severely behind the ball when it comes to, you know, getting back in the graces of people who are casual, people who are not active, you know, rabid supporters of your game. And, you know, looking at this, I'm like, I know for me personally, I'm a rabid supporter. I will play this game. Like, I'm going to play this game the entire year. I'm going to come back to it. I'm going to, like, you know, do some stuff. I'm going to hustle through it. I still got a bunch of unfinished business with Sifu. But I know for the casual who has not played Sifu or who played it for like a week and then dropped it because other games came out, like Horizon came out, and then, you know what I'm saying, like then Elden Ring came out the next month after. Like, that's where, you know, that's where battles are won and lost, and you have to be quick to the draw. You have to be hands on your hip, ready to drop content. Like, I'll give a comparison. I don't think I said it in the video, but major kudos to what's it called, Wonderlands, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Their first DLC is already out. It's already out and ready to go. People are probably, they you know what I'm saying, like sometimes it might be too fast. It might be too fast, but still, I think it's better to be on the side of, like, you know what I'm saying, it's better to be on that side and overcompensate, so you know how to scale it back. Maybe they can tweak some things and move on, but being in the, you know, in that consideration set right now, staying relevant, staying top of mind is so important. And a game like Wonderlands, they did well. Honestly, I think they did well because they dropped this first DLC. People, okay, they got to scramble. Okay, we got to get this content ready. Oh, we might have to try the dungeons. There's still other stuff to do. You know what I'm saying? So that makes their shelf life last a little bit longer until the next content drop. If you're Sifu, you're waiting months to drop something, and then it's like, okay, we're dropping free content once a season. And only 2 out of these 4 things are actually, you know, I think super impactful. The what's it called? The gameplay modifiers. Of course. I think, of course, they don't say it with like no guard, stronger enemies, make the game hard, make staffs, you know what I'm saying? Put all of them on, new content videos coming. That seems like a pretty, you know, significant event to draw some buzz. Not as much as the arenas mode, though. The arenas mode is the other one in the wintertime. So you have summer and winter as the 2, you know, you're shooting 2 for 4. You're shooting 50% from the field. So your chances of actually garnering a mainstream splash are 2 out of 4 out of these events, and only how long out of, you know, that. And then once you get to wintertime, so many games are dropping, you're gonna get drowned out. Summer, there's stuff that might not be dropping as much, so you're kind of caught between a rock and a hard place. And for me personally, I'm gonna play it, but for the general public, again, like I said, you know, you can hear the deep explanation in the video, but it's like it might be a case of too little, too late for the people who are really like onto other things and have other stuff on their plate.
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah, man.
Hope for the best for Sifu, but I want to see more impact with the updates.
Facts.
Because small cosmetic, like this is a single player game, so cosmetics aren't as important as you would think. If this was like a fighter, yeah, new costumes for my favorite character would be cool, but this is not that. I kind of want a little bit of a refocus, but
facts.
At the end of the day, it's still a good game. I still highly recommend it. Whether the updates come or not, I sometimes feel like, as opposed to making this game super long or whatever, throw something that gives it good replay value, like the new modes will be cool. Replay editor, maybe, like just do some like real cool small shit and work on the next game. Just keep it pushing because the game is good. But I just don't think, if you're not going to be adding a lot of big significant things.
Facts. If you're not going to add like a paid, if you're not going to add like a paid DLC story update, like, okay, how is he, like, you can follow the student like building his school and like recruiting people. Like you could, there's a lot of story updates you could possibly doing that creates a lot more moments, but I doubt that's going to be the case with this slate. Like focus on the next one. Start focusing on the next one. Create an extensive narrative out of this game, because if you add a really like an extensive quality story combined with this gameplay, add a few more mechanics, add a couple different styles and characters, you could probably throw in a co-op mode or something like that. If you do that, that means like, that means a whole lot in the running going towards the future. And you have so much more self-sustaining content. And that's how you end up much more, I guess, relevant in the public eye in terms of the gaming industry. So, there's some work to be done. Me personally, of course, I'm going to play it because I love Sifu. But, in terms of, again, general public's, I guess, view right now, it's not the hot topic, and I think this stuff might become a little bit too late.
Yeah.
Tough beans, but it's all right, Sifu. You gonna be all right. I'm gonna hop back in there with some ads for you. It's all good. Switching gears a little bit to the content creation side of things in general, and specifically Twitch. Let's talk about it. So a report from Bloomberg this week detailed some rounds of discussion that have been going down at Twitch over potential changes to their partner program. Now, some of the rumored and not finalized ideas that were floating around were more incentives for ad inclusion, tiers for partnership that dictate different access levels and different perks you get, eradicating the exclusivity clause that has been present in Twitch's partner program, and cutting back the 70-30 revenue split for partners back to 50-50. Was a lot of discourse around this. Change from these talks are reportedly set to take place in the summertime of this year. So let's talk about it, man. There's a lot of rumored changes. These might not be final, but these have been heavily, suggested that have been making the rounds. What's going
on? So the only thing that's actually like good would be the taking away of the exclusivity. Everything else is actually terrible for the creator. I think that this is nuts.
honestly, it just seems like Amazon or no, yeah, it's Amazon because it's Amazon owns Twitch. Either Twitch is trying to make more money or Amazon wants Twitch to make more money, more profits.
Mhm.
I should say not more money, not that they need
Profits.
money, they
Yeah.
need profits,
Their
which is
margin.
how much money you make after you pay for everything.
Mhm.
And that really is kind of telling. What's funny is that if all this does go through and you get less money but you're more exclusive, it's kind of like them telling you to get a second job. Basically, at the end of the day, if you're a
Yeah.
streamer and Twitch removes exclusivity but reduces how much you make on the back end of stuff, they want you to get a second job, i.e., YouTube, i.e.,
Mhm.
Facebook,
Yeah.
whatever it is. They want you to make money somewhere else because they want to make more money for themselves.
Mhm.
And if you're a Twitch streamer, I highly recommend if you want to do what I did, and what a few other people did, make a YouTube. Just start doing YouTube stuff. I promise you, working on editing videos is a lot easier than having to make less money on Twitch. Like you're gonna have to run more ads,
Facts.
make
And
less money,
spend more time streaming.
spend more time streaming for what kind of
Mhm.
thing. I would rather just take that time instead of being in front of the camera for an extra 3-4 hours a week. Just make a video real quick. I promise you, there's a lot of videos that are very easy, and it's
Mhm.
very easy to make. I'm just telling y'all right now because I don't. It's the writing is on the wall, and
Mhm.
if this shit goes through and Twitch continues to get more profit hungry, I will feel bad for my fellow streamers who are not making as much money. But at this point, you're seeing all the signs. I'm telling you that this is something bad that's happening. I'm telling you right now, and you can vent to me and you can cry to me, but at the same time, it's like, bro, what did you expect? We told you. Like
Mhm.
it's just there. And if this Bloomberg article could be full of shit, and none of this could happen.
Yeah. True.
But I haven't seen a thing on Twitch where like I personally have experienced more ads than I've ever experienced before.
That's a fact.
Um, and it's intrusive, and not only that, but I've noticed more of them pushing people to run ads as well. Like there's been a lot more incentives for that, and it's just very telling of to which direction this company is going.
Mhm. I agree. I agree. At some time, we're gonna have to, realize that Twitch is not a profitable segment of Amazon's business model. They have
No.
not been, and they have been doing everything in their power to make it happen. Everything that they do is to kind of justify their existence as a entity, as something, And right now they're running against the Kosh. Of course, they've been down in money for years, and they're gonna do everything in their power to make sure they increase their margins just so that they can justify again their place in Amazon's model of operation. And Amazon, I don't think, would get rid of them, but they know they have to shape up. They know they have certain objectives that they have to hit, certain things they have to do, and then you can see it. It trickles down. The proof's in the pudding. It's right there. The fact that they want to cut, all these active 70-30 splits to 50-50, I'm like, dog. So you want to get the partner to have the same split you got as an affiliate? That's kind of wild to me. That's wild when you think about it. You got the partner, you got all these subs and whatnot. You got all this money generated on the platform. You got brought all these eyes to Twitch just to get the same raw deal you got when you started as an affiliate. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of crazy. Exclusivity, that's cool. But again, in the grand scheme of things, okay, I completely agree with Wen's point. How are you going to say that, oh yeah, well, we cutting back your money, but yeah, you can get that somewhere else. You can get that other, what you lost here, you can get that somewhere else. Go ahead, or not, whatever. It doesn't make sense to us. We don't care. Like there's just so much that is prepping them for a backtrack and a backslide, while in the same sense, you see YouTube holding strong on the 70-30 agreements. They're making updates to their streaming platforms and stuff like that, their streaming capabilities day by day. They're getting closer to this. They're getting much closer in terms of quality of service and actual value in delivery and making it to a partner program than Twitter. Then Twitch is. So when you're seeing it like, yo, it's coming close, like, yo, Twitch is moving waste. And so you see other platforms like this. You got an Instagram, you could probably make money off. You got TikTok, you can make money off of. Man, super followers on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm about to say Facebook gaming. You know what I'm saying? You got an OnlyFans, Patreon, Ko-fi. I'm about to say you got again YouTube itself. There's so many different places to do. If it hasn't been apparent now, and of course everybody's been screaming it, like diversify, man. Like who said it? Just said it, man. Diversify your bonds, nigga. Diversify your bonds. Like it's about that time, bro. And if you're not doing it, you're doing yourself a disservice. Like in every conceivable way. I really, my mind state has kind of changed on a lot of things since the turn of the year, and honestly getting a lot closer of a look at this type of stuff. I'm seeing it, I'm like, okay, cool. Now I'm like, I need to really make sure like the eggs in my basket are so diverse that if one drops, I'm chilling. I can do whatever I do and not have a problem with it. It seems that Twitch is willing to sacrifice the value they provide to their partners for more of a margin fix. And I think that will really shoot them in the foot in the long run, because more and more people are starting to realize that, hey, Twitch is only just a platform. It's a business, and you can take your business elsewhere if people are paying you the right amount of money and they're treating you right. So that's where, what I'm saying, this is where kind of we're starting to hit that corner in things. If Twitch doesn't fix up and really, really understand the value that they need to put into their partner program and into the people that hold this thing afloat, the viewers and the creators that make this whole thing run. So it's a whole lot, man. It's a whole lot of BS, whole lot of nonsense. I know for me, I'm growing. I'm growing everywhere. I'm trying to grow everywhere and make sure like Twitch ain't even a problem. I just want to set up my brand and just make it look nice on Twitch, and then it is what it is, man. I want to grow everywhere, of course, and Twitch is included in that, but I know it's not the be all end all. I'm not going to break my back for partnership. I'm not going to, do like 8 24-hour streams and go, vie for ads and do all this stuff. Just get a 50-50 split for them to take half of what I got. Nah, man. Yeah. If you want to support, route number one, subscribe and follow all these other channels out here, man. We trying to get we're trying to get to 500 and stuff by summer on YouTube. We trying to get, 500 everywhere else on other socials and whatnot. And beyond that, if you want to donate some money, go straight to that Stream Elements, bro. Like that's literally it. That's literally it. That's it's just so much stuff that we have to like go through as creators, and we don't see it. It's like, and the funniest thing was, somebody tweeted on Twitter. It was like, oh yeah, the funniest thing is if they have these implementations and changes, they'll probably just do an update to their user agreement, to their affiliate agreements or whatnot. And most people click accept without even looking at those. So if we didn't get these updates from Bloomberg, we probably would have never known unless somebody expressly pointed it out that, hey, this is happening, bro. Look at look at this stuff. Look at the fine print and see what's happening. So it's just funny. And again, like you said, to your point, very telling of the direction that Twitch is heading as a service and as a platform and as a business. And, if it heads in that direction, bro, that's cool. Y'all do y'all thing. I'm gonna go this way where I'm getting value, bro. Wherever the bag is at, that's where I'm at. So be it.
Yeah, I think the next steps for Twitch, if they don't push this, if they push this 70-50 split, or the 70-30, my bad, I can't do math. If they push the 70-30 split and they make partners 70-30s, I think that after they do that, where all partners are back to 50-50, they're gonna create another tier. So it'll be like affiliate, partner. I feel like there's gonna be a third tier.
Yeah, partner plus,
or something like that. Yeah. It will give you the 70-30, but you need to have a certain amount of subscribers. To
recurring
be
subs to have it.
Yeah. You need to hit a certain number to be able to get the 70-30. I feel like that's where Twitch is heading, personally. And I hope it's not.
And that's crazy, because honestly, I thought a good amount of people, like, they had renegotiations with their contract. Like, once they got to a certain point, you could openly renegotiate those terms of, okay, where's the profit split? Where's it going? I don't know if they're kind of gonna like hard line set it like, hey, there's no renegotiation anymore. These are the rates, and there's tiers. You can get it back up to the 70-30. You can get probably even higher, but you have to hit the number. Yeah. If it's going that direction, that's kind of trash, bro. That's not cool. It's not. Again, 100%. They're showing their whole hand. You know what I'm saying? With rumors like this, if there's any truth to these, they're showing their whole hand. But you know what? I wouldn't put it too far out there, considering what Twitch has done in the past. So, really is what it is. Man, I'm taking my shit to Mixer. Oh, never mind. Fuck that. Oh man, shout out Mixer, man. Y'all be all right. Shout out to the Mixer refugees out there. Love to y'all. Anyways, we got a new trailer for a game coming out of the Disney camp called Dreamlight Valley. Now, this is like a Sims style ass game where you just basically live amongst a bunch of Disney characters and live life. Now, for me, I haven't even seen too many titles like, like blatantly kind of jump into the Sims lane like that in a minute. Honestly, off the top of my head, I can't really think of any. But I mean, it's coming through that, you saw like you was in town with Mickey Mouse, he was gardening, doing a bunch of different shit. Like, it's low-key interesting, deceivingly interesting.
Yeah, it looked cool.
Yeah, man. I was about to say, man.
Like, I like it because it's giving Sims kind of like, and not necessarily a run for its money, but like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, slide that scooch in there.
Pushing, like, hey, yo.
Scooch in there.
What's up with you? I like what you got going on over here type vibe,
This is a nice place, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. For real, bro. I don't know how to exactly feel about it. I low-key want to try it though. Cause I'm like, I know the stupid shit I'm gonna say when I get in that Disney game, bro. I already know. I'm like, yo, listen, who got the drugs? What's going on? What's going on, Mickey? I see you and Mickey and Minnie running over there. What's going on with y'all? I know y'all walking real leisurely. What's happening, bro? Why your eyes red like that, Mickey? What's going on? I already know the hijinks I'm gonna get up to, like when I get hands on that game. But like, it's releasing early access on Xbox Game Pass. You know what I'm saying, this summer. So we got another Xbox Game Pass game coming in. You know what I'm saying, included in the service. And then they said it's dropping on all platforms in 2023. I mean, again, more games don't hurt, and if it's Disney putting some money behind this, I mean, it don't hurt to try it, bro. For me, like, if it's actually a pretty quality game, it would be dope if they could include like communal spaces with like, online people. I'm pretty sure Sims has done that at some point, right? They did like, you do like online common grounds where like people can meet in servers and stuff. I haven't kept up with Sims stuff, so I don't know for sure.
You think Sims has multiplayer? Is that what you're asking right now?
Yeah, it does not. It doesn't still. Damn, I've been out of the game for a while.
Boy, if you would have said that in front of a Sims player, they would have shot you. They're like,
yeah, no, they would have.
Them motherfuckers, everybody's been waiting for it. I would play Sims if it had multiplayer.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
I can't remember the last multiplayer mode in Sims. I think it might have been Sims 2. That might have been the last time that we seen a multiplayer game in Sims. But yeah, no, there is no multiplayer in Sims.
My, and we did have this conversation yesterday too. Herbs had multiplayer, right? Wasn't it two? You could play two people in a certain space?
I think you could have.
Or plug in two controllers?
Hey,
my goodness. Herbs was a trend. Herbs was the GOAT. Herbs was the GOAT, bro. Herbs was the GOAT. Yo, debate your mothers, bro. Herb Sims in the City was low-key the GOAT, despite all the racist tropes that were in there.
Despite the racism, like a lot of things in this world, despite the racism,
it still hit.
Pretty cool.
It was fire, bro. It was low-key fire, bro. I remember the Foundry. I was there, bro. I was with the artisans trying to make it happen, making statues and whatnot, bro. I was flipping burgers on the roof, catching pigeons.
I was shooting basketballs, bro. I was trying to make it.
Like, bro, to the league, bro.
Oh, they needed a rap minigame to just circle it all out. That's what they needed.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. Like, literally such a classic, bro. Low key, like Sims 2 and Herbs, and those were like, I think those are back to back, kind of, or in the same like couple of years span. Sims 2 and Sims 2, Herbs, and then Sims Busting Out, probably my three favorites, like low key off top. Cause I remember playing Sims Busting Out like nonstop on the Game Boy. That was literally, that was like all I played. That was like one of the only ones I had access to. I was like, yeah.
I remember I played Sims 2. Sims 1 was probably one of my favorites. It was Sims 1, Herbs. The one on the DS was There was another Sims game, though, that was like super gas. I cannot remember off the top of my head right now. But it was for sure Sims 1 was, to me, top tier. I played a bunch of Sims 3, but I would say Sims 1, Herbs, and 3 were like my favorites.
I feel that. But yeah, put some respect on Herb's name, but hold up. Because Disney Dreamlight Valley might be jumping in that lane. We'll see, man. We'll see what's going down, man. All right, let's move on to I think it's the second to last story of the day. We're getting close. But all right. Apex Legends is on the fast track to a new season entitled Saviors, as we are watching a bunch of different changes come through, including the introduction of a new legend in Newcastle. Now, a couple of story videos dropped with some background on how the brother of Bangalore became the hero of Harris Valley and donned the suit and got into the Apex games in one try. as well as showed off some glimpses of his loadout in the game. Now, from what we were seeing, Newcastle seems to be kitted out with like a shield drone that kind of protects his teammates in a certain area that he can drop down. And then he has a kind of like a massive slam ult. It might do some AoE damage, but then once he drops it down, it kind of like creates a massive cover, like I guess cover structure after he drops it down. Really, really, really interesting changes. Defensive, you know what I'm saying? Pretty defensive legend. Wondering what his passive is, but pretty cool loadout from what I've seen from the trailers. Season 13 is also set to drop with some map changes for Stormpoint with the down crab monster from the trailer, and a whole host of ranked play changes that will aim to promote skill and teamwork. Season 13 is dropping May 10th, very, very soon. Thoughts on the release trailer and everything that came with it when?
Rip to Rampart, I guess, because this guy's really just, they stole her whole flow bar for bar.
Bar
for bar. He's just missing a turret, really.
Yeah,
and
just
he would have
toss the gun and just...
Yeah. But a new character looks interesting. It sucks that we kind of got a lot of shit spoiled for us via data miners, but it is what it is at this point. If you're an Apex fan, you're still gonna be excited for the trailer. I'm still happy to see him out.
Agreed.
Can't wait to see what it changes for the meta. I really wish that giant crab monster would have sunken Stormpoint with it, because I'm not a big fan of that map. But maybe the changes will make it better. Very doubtful. I think it's just way too big. But hey, what do I know? I hope that one of the biggest changes to the game is that control becomes a permanent mode. Like we've been asking for this since control was introduced. Before control was even introduced. Before we had control.
More facts.
It was just, we want it to be permanent, and they said, nah. Like, what's wrong with you guys?
Yeah, like it's an LTM, guys. Come on, don't get done.
Come on.
Facts, bro.
I mean, like, it'll be cool. I'm excited to see the character. Very interesting backstory. I guess we'll just wait to see till May 10th. See what kind of changes happens.
Yeah, really. I'm pretty excited, honestly. It's been a minute. Put Apex down for a little bit, calm my mind, calm my nerves. I've been in a state of zen. Now I'm ready to get crazy again. You know, now I'm ready to lose my mind.
I'm ready to be mad.
Yeah, I'm just ready to just be angry at the world for no damn reason, baby. It's fantastic. But again, his kit looks really, really cool. Again, I feel like this could change a lot of things when it comes to movement for movement's sake. Maybe you don't. Well, I think a Kxngviii is still going to be viable, but maybe having, I guess, a shorter range, a shorter surface area type of shielding like Newcastle has could be very beneficial for, again, a lot of different gameplay aspects. I'm thinking of like people making hard rotates. You might have to ult and drop something right there in the middle of like an open space and just make cover out of nothing, like when you're in an assed out situation. So I mean, I'm thinking of the applications of Newcastle. It seems like it's very helpful, especially when it comes to again. A lot of positional stuff, and especially when you're on the back foot in certain areas and come into those final circles where you don't have the top cover, you don't have the you don't have the height, and so you're kind of making things happen as you go. And I feel like his skills kind of come in handy when it comes to stuff like that, or definitely might.
Yeah, Newcastle I think is going to be a very effective Mad Maggie nerf, not nerf, but like counter.
Yeah, counter.
Because if you have a Kxngviii and a castle, like it's going to be interesting because she's gonna like shoot her drone, but if you shoot your shield in front of the drone thing or whatever, it's gonna stop. I'm assuming it's gonna stop it because I don't think it's gonna. If I'm not mistaken,
or at least go in front of that and you can just bubble on the.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I would see it happening. But again, I don't really know much because I don't know much about. I'm not too tapped into Apex. We might have to ask some of the experts in our friend group.
Facts. But it makes sense though. It definitely makes sense though. There's a lot of decent combination. I think it can make. Off the top of my head, Kxngviii Newcastle seems like that. Like people like hover in between the bubble to make shit happen. Like you can literally put like a shield inside the bubble, so it's an extra like lane of cover as people kind of like dodge in and out and do bubble fights and stuff like that. So I could really see it being an applicable change coming to a lot of the gameplay and change the meta up. And off the top of my head, I just think like positional wise, it could be such a huge help for a lot of people when they make like risky rotates and like maybe they're doing too much, so they have to like stop and reassess some things. They just put the cover down and make it happen. So interesting. I really hope he does stick though, and I hope there's not too many nerfs, honestly, because I still feel bad for Seer because Seer is in the ground. I'm like, stop nerfing black men. Stop nerfing black men. All right. Stop nerfing my black people. Stop doing it. All right. All right, man. But that's all I got on that. I can't wait to see it, man. I'm actually low key excited to get back into Apex, honestly.
Same.
But yeah. We'll see what happens at the character reveal trailer or the expanded trailer of their skills and the patch notes. Moving on to the last story of the day. This week we got the official reveal of the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 remake logo, kicking off the annual promo cycle for this year's Call of Duty title produced by Infinity Ward. With reports of a new engine, new build of Warzone, and alleged huge steps forward in the gameplay delivery, some people are starting to get excited, as evidenced by the logo reveal tweet being the most liked thing on COD's Twitter page in history. Damn. Wen, let's talk about it. Modern Warfare 2 remake. What's going on?
Personally, as a residential Call of Duty hater, I want this game to succeed. Again, I hate a lot of games, but I don't ever want them to fail. I don't know. Nothing has really shown me from like Call of Duty that they are working on something bigger. Like, I don't know. So Modern Warfare, and I remember we had this conversation before. Modern Warfare was big in my opinion, and I think it worked really well, and they tried really hard because they weren't doing that much beforehand. Like, we had like World War II, we had Infinite Warfare, we had a lot of duds in the Call of Duty slate. Even some people would even say Black Ops 4 was a dud. Like, a lot of people were not happy with the genre, with the
facts,
the franchise,
how it came out. Yeah,
with the success of Modern Warfare and the continued success of Warzone, even though I don't know why. I just don't think they're hungry enough to really take big risks or to really push the envelope. You know, I feel like Modern Warfare was kind of like, we figured out what we did wrong. We kind of like understand that we fucked up on these titles, and we're going to try to bring this into a better, newer era. I don't think we're ready for a new Call of Duty era, or I don't think they have a new Call of Duty era. I think it might just be Modern Warfare, really. To be honest with you, I think it's going to be I think it's literally going to be Modern Warfare 2. Like, it's going to be almost the same game, just a little bit different. Maybe with a little bit more, I don't know, better visuals, or just like small like quality of life changes. But I don't expect this to change the Call of Duty game, because again, their moneymaker right now is Warzone, and unless Warzone is dying out and I'm unaware of it, I don't really see them changing too much. You know?
Yeah. For it is damn beyond that. All right, we're good. So, all right. I see that. Now, I'm in between two minds, because one, Call of Duty is what I came up off of when I started to like online game a lot more. Modern Warfare 2 was literally the first online game I played pretty consistently after what it was, that and Halo 3 at around the same period of time. Modern Warfare 2 has a special place in my heart. It's the first online game I played. I was super shit at it. I was getting hounded out, but I learned how to, play, get better. You know what I'm saying? I really enjoyed the multiplayer experience from that start. The way I usually see these things, especially with the last kind of few development cycles and what we've seen, Infinity Ward seems to be the one that kind of takes the next step up the rung, and then everybody else kind of moves along that same rung. Yeah. With I feel like with the next generation, and from Modern Warfare 2019, and especially the introduction of Warzone, Infinity Ward seems to be like, okay, cool. We're gonna set the standard right here, and then you guys can do little variations of it, do what you need to do, and then we'll kind of figure out and tweak on our 3-year hiatus and break in development cycle, and figure out, okay, what's the next step up? How can we tweak this? How can we do this? It might not be the most huge radical jump ever, but I feel like they're always the people who take that standard, just kind of push it somewhere else. They kind of push it a little bit farther forward than other studios. Like the Treyarch they did like the narrative gurus, you know what I'm saying? I don't think Treyarch has mixed with any narrative stories or whatever, and what they do. Zombies might be a hit or miss as of late, but
yeah,
where it was from there is in its heyday is there. Sledgehammer is present, and there's just a lot of traction and buzz around this one, and I feel like it's different because they said they have a new version of Warzone coming. That's again in the new engine that they're building. The new Call of Duty is going to be in the new engine that they're building, and there's so much quality of life stuff that I'm hearing, industry insiders and reporters saying, "Yo, listen, this is going to be like a crazy one or whatever." But I feel like this is a really precarious situation because one, You're dealing with nostalgia. You're dealing with the nostalgia of so many people because Modern Warfare 2, considered by many, is the best Call of Duty of all time. So they're naturally going to flock to this. So you cannot mess this up. And two, the pressure of ushering in that next, I guess, a few lines of Call of Duties. Again, given the track record of them being that, I guess, the standard pusher with the Call of Duty series as of late. So they're dealing with a lot of different things here. They're dealing with pressure. They're bringing Ghosts back. They're bringing back fan favorites and all stuff like that. But they also have to create some sort of balance. And this is what I mean. Modern Warfare 2, in essence, the original Modern Warfare 2 was so unbalanced. It is ridiculous to think that we played that game so much as people did. You know what I mean? So many different overpowered class setups and guns and whatnot. Everything was all out war. Noob tube, one man army pro, tactical insertion, commando knife. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many, the ACR, you know what I'm saying? Like there's the intervention. Shotgun. Double the model 1887's akimbo. Yeah. Like there's so many stopping power pro. There's so many different javelins, the javelin glitch that literally, yo, bro, there's too many, bro. The RPD with straight FMJs, just sprayed out a whole thing, a hunted clip. There are so many. I can go for another 5 minutes talking about just naming them all. Like there are so many overpowered sources that the game just became like a civil war of who could be more overpowered and scummy. And it created a weird balance and parity. It created this weird, like, just like homeostasis in the game state where it's like, yo, we're going to use overpowered stuff. And it is what it is, bro. And then we're going to use overpowered stuff on this side. Whatever. New tool all spawn. All right, whatever. Cool. Commando knife. Cool. And everybody was doing their thing. There is, for this new Call of Duty, this new Modern Warfare 2, you have to make it fresh. You have to make it new off of that, again, off of this new wave of titles nowadays. But you have to kind of find ways to tap into that feel of everything is strong and everything is overpowered. You don't have to make anything significantly weaker and like, you know, take it out of complete rotation. One thing that, you know, that's been present today that wasn't present in the past is people like shying away from guns because they weren't powerful enough. You know what I mean? Especially in Warzone. You know, Warzone, what was that one gun? The not the AS Val. It was.
There's more. What do you mean, like overpowered guns in Warzone?
No, yeah. There used to be like at the beginning of Warzone, the GRAW, the GRAU. The GRAW used to be everybody's go-to gun, and then they nerfed it into the absolute ground. And then they made like, you know, other guns came through. They were the meta. There was like, now it's only like a few guns I see everybody using, and now in the Caldera and then this version of Warzone. You know what I'm saying? It's like some big thing, like a big ass clip on top. You gotta like put it to the side or whatever. I don't know the name of it, but people are more so they automatically go to the meta to get good, and it's fair. The skill gaps change, whatever. People want to be the best they can be, but in Modern Warfare 2, there were so many outlets of what you could use. You're just like, yo, like you just gotta. I mean, you could pick an ACR, but then the chances are you could still get bodied by a TAR 21 because some people just play crazy. You can get bodied by a SCAR because it's that strong. You know what I'm saying? People got an RPG from like a mile away. They gonna get you. And it's like, I feel like people nowadays opt more to go to, more people than ever going to the meta instead of like, you know, just picking different things because there aren't as many strong options out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what you're saying is like, you want a lot of strong options.
I want a lot of strong options. I want it to feel not out of the box crazy, but a fun sense of overpoweredness everywhere. You know what I mean? I want OP everywhere. There needs to be quality in every class to where, yo, you know, again, you can kind of create that connection back to, you know, MW2 days. I can just as well go on a 7 kill streak with an M16 I pick up just as much as I do with like an MP5. You know, like there needs to be some type of parity right there in terms of the strength in different classes and different guns being available in that game. There's a lot of stuff that they have to address, but I think at the core of it, it needs to be an overpowered everywhere type of feel, but also kind of being in this new style of modern day Call of Duties. You know what I'm saying? It can't be the same old mechanics and whatnot, because of course they moved past that, they've advanced past that, but the ethos of what Modern Warfare 2 had, of you can use damn near anything in here and still, you know, make an actual good showing, that needs to be in the new game. That needs to be in the remake. And beyond that, I mean, the campaign is going to be pretty solid. I think the Modern Warfare 1 campaign was actually pretty dope. I played it. I always love Modern Warfare stories. That's cool. Nobody's really like, super crazy over that. Task Force 141 back, Ghost back, Gaz back. You know what I'm saying? People gonna love that, all that shit. Gaz back in the first one, anyways, the first Modern Warfare. But what's it called? Ghost, Soap. You might see it might be a different twist in the story. I would like to see a different, I guess, ending in the story instead of like, Ghost dying. That would be cool. I don't want to see Ghost die like that. So aside from that, really, it's just, but yeah, making it fun, man. Making it a solid sense of fun across the board. I don't want to be forced into playing into a meta. You know what I mean? I hate doing that in a game. I love when there's so much strength in choice. And, I feel like in previous Call of Duties, we haven't had the chance to get that as much. You see it kind of delving further back, you know what I'm saying, into that meta type of spirit. And I'm like, I don't necessarily like that. So if we can really, if you want to remake Modern Warfare 2, you need to tap back into the spirit that they set up way back 20 years ago. And I think you got a fun game in your hands that everybody's going to like. That's just me, though.
I feel that. I respect it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, otherwise, I'm not touching Call of Duty until then, man. I need to see some gameplay, bro. Y'all better see y'all at the Xbox conference or something. Well, y'all still with Sony? All right, cool. State of play. Y'all need to hurry up. Time's a ticking. Time is a ticking, man. But with that being said, that's all the notes for today's show. Is there anything that we might have missed, Wen? Anything that might have slipped past the notes?
No, the only thing gaming related or otherwise that I can think of is Rogue Legacy 2 dropped, which is a roguelike game, which was actually one of my first roguelike games that I ever played way back when. I think it came out, I think the first game was like 9 years ago, but that game came out, and it's sick. It's pretty cool. It's on sale on Steam. That's like literally that's the only thing that, because I was like, oh my god, I've totally forgot about this. But yeah, no, there's literally nothing I could think of outside of that.
Okay, if you spoil Multiverse of Madness, I'm gonna punch you in your throat. That's also my thought. I've been seeing a couple like things about people getting mad about that type of stuff, and I'm like, I already muted all those words on my timeline. They're already gone, so I'm not getting anything up until now. That's one. And the only news I missed in like the past hour, they just said that John Watts exited the Fantastic Four movie, so he's not gonna be directing anymore, and I'm a little bit scared now. I'm not gonna lie. We've had, please make a good Fantastic Four film. That's all I want. That's all I want in this life. Just make a good Fantastic Four, like a top tier quality, bro. Nah, man. Nah, son. Listen, Kevin Feige, bro, please get this under control, man. Get your mans, bro. Tell him, come on, tighten up, man. They're playing with my heart right now. They're playing with my heart. Anyways, that's all we got for the show today, man. Any closing notes before we get up out of here? When?
Drink your water, and I'm gonna be playing Rogue Legacy. That's all I got.
For sure. Let me see. Oh yeah. Them Blood Hunt partner requirements is crazy. That joint nutty, bro. Anyways. My closing note is, everybody needs some balance in their life. So while you're out there being pure and wholesome, drinking some pure water, go listen to Future, go get some toxic stuff in your system, balance it out. Do that. Go listen to Wale as well. The More About Nothing, his album dropped. You know what I'm saying? We about to listen to some real toxic stuff this weekend. Go check out the socials, YouTubes, and all that stuff, bro. People dropping content. When dropping like 100 view plus videos and stuff out of the cut, bro. Y'all need to get tapped in before I get left behind, bro. For real. Follow Wotaku channel on YouTube. That is WOTAKU space channel. The channel you're on right now. If you're watching this live, go drop a like on this. Then go hit subscribe. Then go hit that notification bell. Stop playing with us. Stop playing. Go follow WenEazy on all social platforms. That's WenEazy on all social platforms. All one word with a Z instead of an S. Stop playing. Follow ThatManTripp on all platforms, man. You know what time it is, man. Make sure you follow the YouTube as well. I'm not trying to be on Twitch forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, make sure y'all tap in, bro. Tap in. And with that being said, man, it's 20 episodes and no cooldown, bro. It's weird. We're 20 episodes deep, man. 20
That's
deep.
a lot. Yeah.
It's a lot. That's a lot of work, man. Like, damn near 20 weeks straight, man. 20 weeks straight. We've been doing this, man. Almost. Oh, well, we're getting like kind of close to half a year. Like, what? By the time we hit summertime, by the time we hit E3, that'll probably be that's like our half a year mark.
Yeah, I think it's like 20, maybe like
26.
29 episodes. Is it
like
26? Because it's
like 26 or
56.
52. 52 is a full.
Oh, there's 52 years. Yeah. I thought it was 56. Yeah. 26. In 6 episodes, we'll be halfway through a year.
And I think that's literally like right around E3 time. So after we get through the 4 weeks, literally, I think it will actually be around the week of Microsoft's conference. It'll be the week of the 12th.
We planned it way ahead of time.
Way ahead of time, bro. We got some special stuff too, man. We got some whole new look. I don't even want to get into it like that, bro. But it's a lot coming, man. I appreciate everybody for rocking with us so far, man. If you see us on all these audio podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Stitcher, if they got a rating system, if you see the rating system, make sure you go rate this 5 stars, man. We trying to get up there. We really trying to get in there, man. Let them know that we not playing, that we trying to be the top podcast out here, man. Let everybody know we gunning for real. So with that being said, I have been ThatManTripp. This has been WenEazy. We have been No Cooldown. And yeah, episode 20. We are out of there.